Why, hello and welcome to another Historic Nerd live stream. I understand on Friday evenings there's a lot of other potential entertainment points on the internet. I want to thank you for stopping by and picking this one. So let's see how this goes. Kind of went from a different method of starting the stream here, where I just toggled over to public from private. So we'll see if that causes any problems, which I think it will. So we'll find out. Oh, apparently my dog just hit them off. Nice. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy this drink for a minute while just gonna let the stream warm up and see as people drop by. Tonight is the Turbografx16, so it should be pretty fun. Don't have a very big library for it, but I think it'll be somewhat enjoyable based on the some of the quality titles that exist for it. Yeah, this was Bonk's Adventure. It came out in, I want to say, 91. Or I think early 91. Or either that or late 90. Late 90, potentially. A little hazy on my exact date. But yeah. Oh, Dave, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, 1990. So I was off of my initial lie of saying 91. And I did revision myself right there in the mid-sentence, I suppose. But appreciate the donation, man. There's a lot of the turbo controllers. And I think I guess there's two other people lurking, potentially. But they haven't said anything. But yeah, but you might be the only one. Who knows? Oh, did you get a notification for the stream, or just see it pop up in your feed? I really don't want to talk to myself. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, some folks have told me they don't get notifications or anything, so I was kind of wondering how that would pan out this round. I hope you're doing well, Dave. Usually on Friday nights after work, I'm up until 1 a.m., and if I look forward to anything, it's 11 p.m. when you just... Alright, man. Alright, man. Yeah, I like to think the streams have been pretty constant for the last couple of years. There was a 6-month stint when I was doing training stuff in Missouri and couldn't stream, but I know around that point in time, Jimmy and Yahel were streaming a ton. But how's the audio sound to you? Such is the joy of the kids being out of the house. Today is a good day to stream the Turbografx16. To quote the great Commander Worf. Yeah, clearly was a Turbografx fan. Oh god. Yeah. Oh, tomahawked me. Damn. These dinosaurs can use tools? Sure, Worf said that. It totally checks out. Hey, John, how you doing, man? Can't remember who I found first. You were Yahel. Huh. That's all the time, and of course, you know, alcohol abuse. I find it intriguing that my monitors are flickering on and off. That's a new happenstance with the computer out here, so that's fun. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge... Yeah, definitely mad because I'm on a cell phone. Just talking to my wife. Ah! Oh, you can Pele those like a freaking soccer ball? That's kind of cool. Oh dear. Yeah, I'll spray manage for the win. Ben, how you doing, man? Hey, Noriega? Like the former dictator of Panama? Oh, the spikes hurt you. And froth them out. I love that. Just lay there dead. I love that. God, that's great. Hey, David Riad, how you doing, man? Is this Super Mario? This is called Bonk's Adventure. It was the Turbografx16's answer to Mario Brothers, essentially, to be their mascot. When their primary go-to, Keith Courage, fell really flat. So that's all my string. I need a pick-me-up. It's been a year. Oh, man, sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, it's always rough. I lost my father a while back, so I know how that feels. Norman Smiley, the WCW Hardcore Champion. What? Mad Action, how you doing, man? Yes, rum and coke as always. This level looks so uncivilized. Blasters. BO2 musical? What now? I'm not familiar with that one. Very strange and surreal. Yeah. Just gonna cheese it and use the built-in turbo controller. You get sucked into his digestive tract, which has a lot of fun stuff in there. It's a bit... Oh, yeah. Yeah, Keith Courage was real odd. A bit dismayed. Equivalent of 6 to 7 shots of liquor and aren't feeling much. Yeah, I think it means you have a nice tolerance going on there. Now it's drowning in belly juices. Yeah, I love how they took the time to animate the stomach lining and even have a glowing fibrous layer around the outside there. It's just great. It's not cheese given it's shipped with the system. Very true. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is stomach acid there, Ben. Yeah, it's always painful to lose a parent. Having been there, I can totally feel for your dad. I love how happy the weird little stomach parasites look. Oh god. Oh god. You inside? Not sure you can see my dog right here, but she's hanging out with me. Guess you can see her tail wagging here like a muppet. Yeah. She couldn't see Bonk pooped out. No, you get later in the level, you escape. Bark, come here, come here. Come here. Lay down, girl. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. I might have to kick her inside. It's kind of hot out here in the garage. Also, Caveman Ninja greater than Bonk. The Bonk is pretty good. But he had a lot of interesting caveman... Oh, don't touch that. A lot of interesting caveman-themed games in the mid to early 90s. Ah. Be right back. I'm going to go put my dog inside so she doesn't overheat out here. One sec, guys. So one thing you might like is my chest here has a great transparent square in the center of it. I quite enjoy that. Fill the swimming pool over to cool off. Mm. You know what also happened during the Cold War in the 90s? Well, to be fair, the Cold War kind of ended in the 90s, actually. At least the major nuclear standoff parts of it. So the 90s is pretty good in that regard, because you had the Cold War going from basically 1945 till the relative collapse of the Soviet Union. Oh, you cannot beat the That's a shame. My 32-inch monitor here is flickering. Baz, how you doing? Bonk with a fetus? Yeah, I picked the name for my next daughter. Pretty happy about it. About 50 years. Worst part of the Cold War? New Coke. Fact. Everyone remembers when New Coke hit. Nobody. A sad day for America. That's truly the only major defeat in the Cold War the United States suffered. You know, Vietnam and all that, but that was literally nothing compared to the fiasco that was New Coke. Okay, so apparently those intestinal virus things can hurt you. I wasn't sure if they could or not. But God, I love when Bonk dies. He just closes his eyes and then just sinks to the bottom. It's delightful. Hey, well, Crystal Pepsi was amazing. That was sorcery. It was clear and tasted like Pepsi. Come on, man. Bass. Rex, how you doing, man? The cold bale. Oh. Nukes intensify. I think during the height of the Cold War, we got to somewhere around 10,000 atomic warheads. About 4,000 American, 6,000 Soviet. And during that period of time, the vast majority of the U.S. arsenal was actually like micro warheads. Like stuff like the Davy Crockett recoilless rifle and stuff like that. It was pretty phenomenal. No, I think it's actually a stomach parasite, Vass. And you, have to swim past them, apparently. Wah, 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 wah. And it's genius, Dade. It's clear and tastes like Pepsi. It's amazing. It's magic. Which I thought was really odd how the new one... It must be the fact that they shifted to corn syrup over traditional, like, cane sugar. Because the new one didn't really... It tasted a lot more like Sprite than it did like Pepsi. Why did the Yugo have heated rear windows? So you could push them into the snow? Good stuff. The original Coke used to have cocaine in it, because it was sold by a snake oil salesman who believed it could do, or well, sold it as something that could, you know, heal what ails you. But I guess you put enough cocaine in something, it's certainly going to feel that way. Well, I hope all of you are doing fantastic on this wonderful, rather warm Friday evening. At least warm for me. Might be nice for you guys. Who knows? I saw cocaine before I saw Coca-Cola. Priorities. But yeah, that's always a interesting twist in life events where you see narcotics before, unless you're Rex, unless you're over 150 years old and were in Atlanta when Coke was invented, and then it would have explained why you saw cocaine before you saw Coke. I don't think you're an immortal. Three-day weekend at COVID-free. Nice, man. I have a 4-day weekend, so I'm kind of enjoying it. I'll try and actually get a video project done this weekend. Crossing my fingers that it'll happen, but got pieces in place, so it should go. Ah, just living a housing project, gotcha. Brad's drink, Dr. Pepper. Oh, you have a website, Rex? 59 degrees. God, I'm jealous. Sorry, I was busy drinking. Alright. But yeah, hell, how you doing? So I find it interesting, if you go turbo, and then you do any directional movement, it'll... Actually, it has to be like, go that way. Interesting, okay, so the head drops are kind of... If you're doing the turbo mode, they're a little trickier to pull off. One sec here. Bats, how is it cheating? It's the turbo switch literally shipped with the controller it came with. Come on. That's not cheating, come on. I guess you want to argue the PC engine didn't have it. One second, let me grab Yahel. Yeah, true. It didn't come on the PC engine, but you know I'm playing the North American Turbografx, so.
Hello, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Outstanding. I was always wondering that about this game, because essentially it was designed for the Turbografx, but when you use the turbo controller, you get this really designed for the PC engine initially. So when you use the turbo controller, you get this interesting effect where you can just fly, basically.
Huh.
But so it's just
Pretty
like...
strange.
I know, so it's kind of a thing like it... So it's not like a natural thing for the game on the PC engine, but the TG16, it's just kind of there. So it's really interesting. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm not very comfortable being on the stream now that I know that, you know, you're a cheater. A person of ill repute.
How dare you besmuddle the Turbografx by using the switches built on the controller. I always forget that flower gets me. But yeah, I always kind of wondered that, like, that moral conundrum of, like, is it cheating if it came built on the controller? At least I feel like it kind of is when you're playing, like, a shmup.
I don't know. I mean, if you're playing, like, a two-player game and, I don't know, one of you's using turbo and the other one's not, I guess. But then I guess the person has the option.
Yeah. It was always like, I always felt like that was really cheating, like when my brothers and I, we'd be using the arcade joysticks we bought for our Genesis. And we would, like, be using the turbo buttons, like, you asshole, turn off turbo!
Zero Man says, is this your Heller's brand manager? We've become a hive mind.
You, went to their cube at Google and just fused with them right there in the spot.
I actually haven't talked to my brand manager in a really long time.
So the person I was talking to, I don't know if they qualify as that, but they're like, yeah, we'll get back in touch with you in December, and that was like, I think December of 2018 or something like that. And I'm like, well, it's been a while, you haven't talked to me. Okay. I think they watch my live streams and they're like, oh no.
No. Can't be associated with this channel.
Super hot in Louisiana. Oh, I bet.
Hold on a second, I gotta take care of animal situation here.
Oh, gotcha. Cats. Oh, God. Yeah, the droid can fly. Have a nice little cheap. Let's see here. Oh, God. God, I love how he dies. It's just so, I don't know how you define that, but it's just very rabies-like, where he's just frothing at the mouth. I can't talk. You know, I've only played, like, the first Black Ops. Or like, honestly, just about anybody on like a major zombie film. want to play as Ronald Reagan. Oh yeah, the zombie mode had that whole presidency thing, right? I'm gonna be honest, it's been a while since I, like, actually played Call of Duty. Oh god. Fumbled that one up. Ronald Reagan bringing the skin back. Reagan always had that ability just to, like, say nothing. Like, do you take a shovel? Leave it outside. Oh god, I'm trying to read the chat and platform is painful. Headbutt the moon. Get that fruit. Seems in so much pain. Just following you around.
Alright, sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, are you playing for... Yeah, I'm playing on a legitimate Turbografx. I haven't picked up a mini yet, just because I haven't gotten around to it. Playing an original one, it's going through a composite to RGB converter, which is then going to an OSSC, and is upscaling it. Hey, 72, man. Yeah, I've heard really good things about the mini. I just thought it was really odd that they, what, they put they put Snatcher on there, right? But they didn't do any translation for it or something along those lines?
Yeah.
Which is odd, because, like, you had the freaking Sega CD one, which was fully translated, so it's like, what? Why?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Any, like, who even has the, who owns, like, the TurboGrafx 16 PC Engine brand right now? Because it's not NEC, is it?
NEC doesn't. It's, I think it's Konami now, actually. I think they ended up buying Hudson Soft to retain a lot of those rights.
Hmm. So, is that supposed to be like look like the dangly thing in the back of your throat?
I think it's a parasite, and someone else was calling it a clitoris, which I thought was rather funny.
You know what? It looks a little bit like the Trill symbiote.
Oh yeah.
At least when it's hanging down and straight.
It looks like it holds just, you know, lifetimes of memories where it will bond with you. That's just what it looks like. Hey Tyler, how you doing, man? So the mini equals lag. Does it have a lot of frame lag? Hey Broken, how you doing? Yeah, Baz is saying it is Konami.
John said uvula is the word you're thinking of.
Yeah, you got the back of the throat. Oh boy. Oh man.
Do you have a lot of TG16 games, as we call it on the streets?
On the biz?
Yeah.
I got like I think 5 or 6, and not too many, but I think enough to entertain the stream for a bit at least before.
It's all 5 revisions of Bonk.
It's all 5 versions of Bonk at varying stages of production.
This one, they removed 1 pixel from the curves on the B's.
Chris, this looks like sperms. Oh man.
I've actually never, that I can remember, I don't think I've ever played Bonk. Although, well, I don't know. I did have a friend that had a TurboGrafx and played it. We went over there a lot and we played it. So maybe I did at some point. But
I think I played Bonk for the first time in like 2006.
I generally don't remember like anything about what it's like, how it controls. I mean, I imagine pretty well.
It's pretty good. I'm not very good at platformers, so that's a point against me right there. No worries.
Smack the microphone. Pretty professional. Baz said that Bonk gets rapey in Bonk 6. All right. John Rogers, yeah, hell, if you and Ian were to form a tag team, would you be the face or heel, and what would your double team finisher be? So would we be face or heel, Ian? Face being good guys, heel being bad guys.
Oh, I have not a clue.
You don't know what kind of a person you are? Well,
No,
Ian,
no idea. I think I'd be an awful person. I think what we'd do, like, we'd both just put on back braces and just drag out a Phillips CDI and then just drop it on the guy in the middle of the ring.
That's the finisher.
That's just the finisher. This guy's like, ah! Trapped under it like Thor's hammer.
See do my.
Welcome to your Doom Entertainment Interactive. That's what I do personally.
Being a bad guy is
Get the
always a
onion.
lot more fun, anyways. It's easier to get people. Plus, it's easier to get people to like boo you than cheer for you.
Hmm.
Did I tell you like my running gag was whenever I was, especially if I was wrestling like somewhere new, I would just like, look for like the oldest man I could possibly find in the crowd, and I would go and flex in front of his face and tell him, "You haven't seen guns like these since World War II."
It's pretty great.
Thanks.
You're thinking what other random historical events you could talk about. You haven't seen a gun like this since the siege of Constantinople in 1453, have you? You'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Chris Minsky, excuse me, Minsky was asking me, what's the meanest thing I ever said to a child? Trying to think, because so usually with kids, especially when you're like on the wrestling indies, like you have to like kind of toe a fine line, because you don't want to like make them so mad that you get their parents mad, because then they won't come back. So I found that it was generally better to, and little kids, like sometimes like you can't like get them mad. They'll just like have lots of attitude, and like sometimes they can be a tough audience. So what I found is if you make fun of the parents, say mean stuff to the parents will like sometimes just like jokingly play along, with it, or whatever. Like, they'll have a good time because you're making fun of them and they're being part of the show. But then the kids get genuinely mad that you've like said something mean about their parents.
You get them emotionally involved in it.
Yeah. I mean, I've called them like disappointments and stuff like that. Or like, they just brought you here so they wouldn't have to hear you talk when the music's playing, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it goes over their heads. Because kids are dumb.
Like, I'm insulting you. Get it, God.
No, dude, I would never told a kid that I'm the real father.
Oh, God. I always thought it was interesting, like, when you eat meat in this game, Bonk changes colors. It's just,
Eat sweats.
yeah, it's just sweating at the protein. Just makes him... Oh, God. Oh, God. Freaking volcano in the background trying to kill me.
So, John, the Dudley Boys didn't like. We did do like promos and stuff and character stuff like at the school, but they were never like, hey, this is how you rile up a crowd. That shit wouldn't work what they did anyways now, because I mean, like I don't know, they tell guys to masturbate with glass and like just really horrible things to women. Like, it would just come off because everybody like now knows, it's a show or whatever. Like, people would just be like, oh, this just taking it too far. It was uncalled for, and then they won't come back. So it just wouldn't really fly, which is what the Dudley Boys always told us, and they were right, Some people do. No, not only would I not wrestle New Jack. Sorry, and this turned into the Hell Wrestling Career stream. It's the last question I have.
Isn't New Jack the guy that stabbed that dude in the ring?
Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna defend New Jack on anything, but that was kind of the other guy's fault in a lot of ways. But New Jack did in real life, he's killed people and threw this guy off the scaffolding when he told him not to, okay, New Jack's an asshole. Anyways, but no, I actually, a promoter, when New Jack was doing some Florida indie shows, this is 10 years ago, offered, he was going to book me against New Jack, and I was like, no thanks.
I like not getting stabbed.
But you get some attention, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't want to wrestle this guy. And honestly, it wasn't because I thought he would be unprofessional or anything like that, because he's done plenty of indies and stuff, and he can wrestle. So it wasn't really that. It's pretty sure this guy has Hep C. And you never know in a ring, you might get cut, just accidentally or whatever. I was like, no thanks.
Oh god. Yeah, I think I heard you talking about I knew nothing about this person until one stream we were talking about it, and I was like, how stabbed in the ring? What the hell? What kind of storyline is this?
So basically, a guy that he was wrestling lied about his age and his experience. He was actually 17. And he had a fake ID that said he was, I don't know, 20 or 19, something like that. And in the match, they wanted him to, I don't know who, but they decided that he was gonna, he wanted to get color, which means he wanted to bleed. But he was like, I've never bladed. Blading is what you it's called when you cut yourself with a little razor blade to make yourself bleed. So he was like, can you do it for me? So he asked New Jack to do it. And it ended up just being too deep, which can happen sometimes, especially if you're somebody else, if you're doing it to somebody else or something. So that's what happened.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't really stab the guy, and the guy lied about his. You know what I mean? It's kind of extenuating circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
On that one incident. That's the only
that
one
time.
That one time.
Oh god. I'm gonna refill my.
Colin said, "Would you teach and wrestle Ian, even though he is a midget?"
Yeah, exactly. I'll be right back. I'm gonna refill my drink.
Sure. Chris, Haminsky, you hell exposing the fucking business on stream. Cornette's gonna be pissed. I think JR's gonna be pissed too. He's always like, "It's exposing the business." Oh, that was a terrible JR impression. It sounded more like Try from My Life in Gaming. I am horrible with accents. Boss, those blue things. It's like, fuck. Yeah, like John was saying, mass transit is only one of 3 times we know about where New Jack nearly killed someone. Exactly. He's not to be trusted. Yeah, Chris, I am working on a new vid. I've been working on a GoldenEye video. I actually have a preview of it up on my channel, but it is unlisted. I made a community post about it. That way I wouldn't flood people's. Sometimes people get mad when whenever I like publish a preview of a video that's only a couple minutes long. So I this time just made a community post, but I'll post the link here. It's just the first 2.5 minutes of it.
Alrighty.
If Ian can pass this stage without dying, I'll give him money. You could have made some money.
Nah, come back to that later.
Colin, and do you think you could beat Top Hat Gaming Man? Sure, if the promoter says I can.
That Top Hat's supposed to be a bad guy.
Dade, can someone explain who New Jack is? I think it'll be. It's so much, Dade. I think Vice did an episode on him, on their Dark Side of the Ring TV series. Like that's how fucked up he is, and he actually did interviews for it. I'll send you his Wikipedia, because it's just a lot to go into. But yeah, he's one of those ECW characters. Anyways, what game are you doing now?
This is Military Madness. It's a turn-based strategy game for the Turbografx that I think actually Zeromancer, I believe, sent to me.
An RTS. This opening made me think it was going to be something exciting.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's not even an RTS. It's a turn-based strategy game.
I like these cutscenes.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, like the cover art for this, for the Japanese Turbografx version, is like really awesome. It's like a motorcycle on the surface of the moon with like shots coming at it. But then the American cover art is just these really poorly drawn, weird-looking tanks on like a gray backdrop, like aiming at each other. They just look really strange. It's like, why? It's like, why would you design it that way? Oh yeah, we're going back to the Cold War, but on the moon. Against the Evil Axis Alliance or whatever.
Oh man, I'm laughing 'cause a buddy of mine just texted me something like kind of serious, and I meant to reply yeah, and it said I replied Yahoo. Autocorrect. It was about like something awful that somebody else is going through. I'm just like Yahoo. Anyways,
real dick move, autocorrect. Real dick move.
Yeah. And she may not live. Yahoo!
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it wasn't like that serious.
Okay. Big whoop. Whoa, whatever. Your problems.
No, I'm just a big fan of Yahoo Serious' music. I mean, comedic stylings.
So yeah, Jack says Turbografx16 had a lot of games, but never got traction in the U.S. Yeah, I did a whole video actually kind of talking about the grievous mistakes of NEC America and just pretty much how they did a real bad job marketing and just selling the system. It's actually it's fascinating the number of mistakes they made at this console. Apparently, I don't want to attack.
Matt actually said that he met New Jack at an ECW show, and he signed my shirt with blood all over it. Ugh.
Just signed it in blood. Oh yeah, the marketing was just a joke. Big Yahoo did that mistake. So, your video seems to be coming along nicely.
Yeah, it's been a little slow going, but I'm finally picking up this pace a little bit. I ended up, since I got that teleprompter, I ended up, doing what Genovi does, and I mean, I had already done like the regular voiceover, like I would do if I was, just doing it with my microphone at my desk. But then when I went to do instead of just doing like selected on-camera parts, like once I'm done with all the other editing, and because usually with my on-camera stuff, it's just like I can't really find anything to put on the screen that makes sense, so I'll do me talking about this part for 10 seconds. So I ended up anyways recording the entire thing on camera, like Genovi does. So now I have I can drop myself into it whenever, so it's actually making transitions a lot easier. So yeah, it's been nice. It's coming along. Doing a lot of 3D stuff I haven't done before, of course, as always.
Yeah. So, how did you get the level maps again? Did you just use the engine that Goldeneye was in, or how did you do that?
So there's a program called GoldenEye Setup Editor, which is like to make your own GoldenEye levels, or to like change. You can create your own missions. Like there's a bunch of stuff you can do on it. And it has like some options to export the models, but you have to like export them like a certain way to get the like MTL file into the textures map. And so it just took a while to play with it, because like Cinema 4D would like import them, but it wouldn't import the textures right at first, and then it would import like an entire level as just one model, for example, instead of like the doors are separate, the wall, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it was like you couldn't do anything basically. So it was like having to figure out like how to get it to like treat each object independently. But like now that I just know what options I have to choose in the program, like it's pretty quick.
That's pretty cool.
But it's weird, man. Like GoldenEye, a lot of it is in black and white. So like you'll go to like maybe export a level, and there's boxes in that level or some cardboard boxes, but they'll be gray. The texture form is gray. Mm-hmm. And in the game they're brown, like a cardboard box. So like what it is like the game just has like it'll color the vertices even though the textures aren't colored. So really like a lot of of GoldenEye is really in black and white, and they just like color the vertices after the fact to give it color. So anyway, so I end up having to make a lot of adjustments to actually like color things, because the vertices for the colors don't export.
God, I need to sit down and actually play more with Cinema 4D, because that's pretty great. At least the level exporting anyway, not the nightmare that is trying to match textures that didn't export properly.
Yeah, and then like sometimes the textures, like a texture will be on a wall like a number, but only half of it will like pop out, will be visible, and you have to like select. I don't know, man. It's like, I'm sure it has to do with exporting something from a video cartridge from 1997 into like a program in 2020, but like the textures will be like halfway into the wall, even though they should just be on the wall. So you have to like select the individual polygons that make up the texture and then move them out like a few centimeters to get them to show up. It's just a lot of shit like that. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about the way it's starting to come along.
That's good. Yeah, some of the shots you've done look great.
Oh, thanks. And your video's coming along too.
Mm-hmm. I finished doing all the. Oh yeah, it's all about Bong's adventure and the creepy stomach level. Revision
2.3 for North Carolina.
Oh yeah, the Jesus friendly version.
Sorry, I kind of talked over you while you were telling the chat like what you're.
Oh no, the next project. Yeah, I'm working on the Jacob's Ladder video and finished all the audio dubbing, and now I'm trying to figure out if I want to waste half a day to go pull off a 3-second joke.
Baz, who has been saying, I don't know, maybe not the most appropriate stuff, but he said this map looks like my mattress.
We said before that the land looks like shit. So if it looks like his mattress,
I think he meant like
the texture,
like a stained mattress, based on his earlier comments. He said this game is called Rectalis in Japan.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Well, it's not called Military Madness. It's called some other name. Shit madness. Interesting.
Zero Man also said, I suspect Sega contributed to the fall of VZW.
Sega?
Chris called it a military mattress.
Military mattress. Good stuff. Portland mat. Oh, jeez. Military mattress. Let's see. Madness mattress. Let's see. Yahel, would a orangutan gimmick get over with fans? Are they legally allowed to have literal orangutans as a team partner? What?
So, you know what? Like, that would work in Chikara. Although Chikara, like, they actually just closed down this year, but they did a lot of comedy stuff, you know, where they have, like, dude, they had, like, a stable, which a stable in wrestling is, like, usually, like, a group of wrestlers of, like, 4 or more. Sometimes you have 3-man stables, but, you know, they don't necessarily, like, there's not a lot of, like, 3- and 4-man matches or anything, but they're, like, a group, you know, like, the 4 Horsemen, like, that they, D-Generation X, NW, I'm sure you've heard of those. You know, they're just, like a group of guys, you know, that help each other out. Anyways, they had a group, a stable, based on ants in in Chikara. One was like Ant-Man, one was Fire Ant, one was Soldier Ant. Like it was just different red ant, just different types of ants. And a lot of their offense was like they would like wear these full body suits. That was like a mix of like a luchador like outfit, but the mask was designed to look like an ant, kind of. Have ant-like qualities, and they have a lot of ant-based offense.
Ant-based offense?
Yeah, there's a dog that wrestles in Chikara sometimes, or used to.
What?
Yeah, I know the girl that, shoot, I can't remember his name, his wrestling name. Damn, her name is Solo Darling, though, but I can't remember. Dog wrestler. Officer Magnum, that's what it is.
I feel like you could win that match just by bribing it with treats or something. Like, it's illegal, you can't do that.
Oh, thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it. So, have you ever? Which side are you? What's going on?
So I'm the green side. Apparently, I'm the rebels trying to free the moon. No, sorry, I'm the blue guys. I think. Wait, let me look at the map here.
You're pretty
No,
good.
I'm the blue guys. Yeah, yeah, I'm the blue guys. And I guess I'm the rebels trying to free the moon from the evil empire and liberate it so they can't destroy the Earth or something along those lines.
How did you guys get your tanks on the moon if it's run by the other?
Well, I mean,
guys
like,
already?
it's one of those things where, like, let's just say the rebels, you know, go to a base and everybody's sleeping, and I guess, you know, fun fact, most military vehicles actually don't have keys. You just hit the start button, quite literally. So, yeah. So you can show up and steal shit. Provided you know how to...
But they have, like, different tanks. Like, well, maybe they just painted them.
Yeah, they put moon paint on them, so they're clearly different
Blue
color.
moon paint.
Yeah. See, with Humvees, it's not actually a push button. It's a switch combo you do, where you click it over while turning the headlights on, which is 2 switches you simultaneously move up in the goofiest manner possible.
I don't... They'd said, what's the one place that sells all those comforters and great bedding? I don't know.
Come on down to Mattress Madness.
Bed Bath & Beyond? I don't know.
Bed Bath Beyond, fuck yeah.
So it's activated complex. Oh, this is part of the mattress conversation. It was going to be mattresses meant living on mattresses on the floor for the duration of a gang. I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know. They're going off on some tangent in the chat. But, yeah, it's kind of like it's a fun turn-based strategy game. I know... What was it? Tyler from My Retro Life had a fun video where he talked about how one of his friend's dads just dropped the $300 required for a Turbo Express handheld just to play this game on business trips.
Damn.
Well, like, man, that's commitment. But I guess that in terms of, like, this type of game on handheld, it's pretty cool. So what is Chikara? Just a really...
It was,
random, obscure...
I wouldn't say it's like that obscure, but it was a pretty big independent wrestling company for a while. They ran for a long, long time. I mean, like over 10 years. And a lot of guys from there ended up in WWE and other, you know, big companies. But they did like a lot of like everybody in the company could like wrestle extremely well, but they also had like a lot of comedy characters. And even like guys that were like normally like very serious wrestlers or whatever, they would like do comedy spots on Chikara shows. It was just like lighthearted, and they usually had like instead of wrestling all the time year round like WWE does, they would like break it up into seasons. Sometimes they would have like an overall story arc, Like they did this awesome one a few years back where it was like a time traveling one, where like one guy like the year before, I'm sure I'm gonna fuck it up, but basically one guy got sent back in time in a match like a year before, or he got sent to the future. I'm sorry, by this punch from this other guy.
Oh God.
And then this like other company came, this other group of guys like bought out Chikara, and they were coming in and they were just like destroying it. Like this went on for like a year that these guys were like taking over, all this stuff was happening. And long story short, and there's like a lot of like ups and downs to it, but at the like Chikara like closes down, like the company like the that was trying to take him over finally took him over, closes down, and they didn't run shows for like months. And then this other company starts like running shows or whatever. So and this is all part of the storyline still. They're running them under their own banner or something like that. So like they are doing the show, and then all of a sudden like these doors open, and they're doing this like at a high school gymnasium or something. All these doors open, and the fucking DeLorean comes in with the guy that was sent to the future for a year ago from the punch. Like he hasn't been seen since. And he like showed up and like came in and like knew all this stuff was gonna happen because he had been to the future. And he like saved like Chikara, and like then the company came back. So anyways, they would do like really weird stuff like that. I think I kind of botched some of that up, but that's kind of like
that's pretty funny though. Hey Andrew, how you doing, man? Apparently he's a fan of Chikara wrestling. Is the stream feed looking okay? Or is it doing random stuff?
That looks fine to me.
Okay, because I haven't noticed anything on my... Like, I noticed on the live stream feed it was doing something weird. Something, like, interesting.
Oh, yeah, there's like a giant green bar at the top.
Ah, well, that's just... I think that's probably just a resolution shift thing from the... Considering this is going through... God, I don't know how many conversion boxes to make this work. Because I'm using the Turbografx... not using one of those units called the turbo module or whatever they are. I'm using the Hyperkin composite adapter. Oh God, what's it doing now? I love how I just said like, oh yeah, maybe it's working fine. Apparently now it's just freaking out. As you. Oh boy, that is very promising for the rest of this stream, guys. One sec. Oh, nope, still doing it. That's just great.
A Squared Gaming Review says, that's cool. I am too drunk to care. I don't know who he's talking to, but I am interested in what you're drinking.
Dave's asking, why did April leave Spoonie? I don't know. It's probably because Spoonie sat at home getting Patreon checks for the better part of 4 years before people just stopped paying him when he wasn't making any content whatsoever.
I don't know who Spoonie is.
Spoonie, that's Noah Antweiler. He's one of the original like YouTube content creator folks. And
oh, he ran the Spoonie experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one of his videos. But
they were really good. They were really good back in the day. But like, talk about like squandered potential in terms of like the level of quality he was putting out back in the day was just far above a lot of his peers. And just I guess some aspect of depression or mental illness got on top of him, and he just let himself go, and he sat at home for the last 5 years not doing anything.
Huh.
Despite the fact he was collecting monthly Patreon checks, roughly $5,000 a month, and didn't make anything.
Damn. He must have had like 1 million subs or something, or millions of subs.
Well, no, he actually didn't. I think the highest he ever got, like 136,000 or something like that on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's nothing.
No, I mean, in the grand scheme of like,
I
mean, there are people with hundreds of thousands of subs who don't get anything on Patreon, but like
you're right. I'm just.
I don't mean to. I feel like a dick, yeah, hell, God.
No, it sounds like Oh shit! Actually, he has less. He only has 109,000.
Oh wow, he's lost some then. Oh wow, he's making 6,000 at some point. Wow.
He had what?
He had was making $6,000 a month. And apparently, he hit that. I guess he was supposed to make a Spoonie Experiment movie or something like that, along the lines of what a lot of the other guys were doing back then.
Mm.
Let's see here. Oh yeah. Hey, Gorilla Jones, how you doing, man? But no, it's been kind of weird, like, doing the Jacob's Ladder video, because it's been kind of rough, because the remake of that movie, it deviates in such a weird way, where I'm like, this really has nothing to do with the original, so it's just really strange.
Oh yeah, he had like, I'm looking at his Social Blade, and like just in September alone, there were a couple days where he lost 1,000 subscribers.
Wow.
I mean, you know what? Like, those spikes make me think that it might have been YouTube just doing, like, the cleanups.
Oh, it might have been, yeah, because his account's been around forever. Whatever, I think he was one of the guys that jumped over to Blip initially a long time ago.
He is on a downward trend, though, for his subs. Oh, yeah, he's lost them because January of 2018, he had 114,000.
Hmm.
So in 2 years, he's lost like 4,000.
Oh. Yeah, he was a Blip guy. Yeah, Blip was a terrible idea. I remember going down that route. There we go, if I can talk.
Chris said, Spoonie streams are so depressing. He doesn't even talk to the chat. He's pale and bloated with long, greasy hair. He looks like Bagul.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. He does this thing where, like, he'll sit in, like, a bigger lounger than what I'm sitting in. And he'll do the FDR blanket thing over his legs. And then he just sits there and just looks angry at the camera for like an hour or however long he wants to stream. And it was funny. I remember, like, I went to, I think it was PAX 2012 or 2011, and I remember seeing him there, and I was like gonna go say hi, but the guy looked so stressed out as to what he was doing. I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother him because he just looks like really, really stressed out right now.
I'm going to refresh my
beverage. Yeah, go do that. Back. I need to probably restart my Kuro here. Let's see. Spoonie, 98 patrons, 313 a month. Ah, man, that's rough. FDR blanket's my favorite statement. Yeah, Mev, I'm kind of shocked he still has patrons. It's kind of weird. Oh, is that the, Andrew, is that one you were telling me of forever ago about? Like the, grocery store movie? Or a different one? I'm drinking rum and coke as always, Tyler. One second, I'm gonna restart one of my other little conversion boxes here. See if this will fix my problem. Let's find out. I think we're okay. Bring a screwdriver. Nice. I'm using an FDR blanket right now. I realized I was an old man recently. Just yeah, not knocking it. It's New Balance. It's the same monster. Man, I can't get shoes to last 10 years anymore. They just kind of fall apart on me. I go through a pair of running shoes every year to buy a new pair just because I freaking flatten out the insoles on them. Need to get on that. Be right back. Oh, horror movie. Okay. Oh, hell yeah, man. Plot of Land in Arizona. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Ninja Master, how you doing? But no, I mean, like, one of my favorite things is when it gets to wintertime around here. Just love wearing cardigans out here. It's great. I gotta take out their paladin. That thing always wrecks me. Why can't I park on that rock? Actually, you know what? I'll draw them back over here. Oh, duh, I put my troopers on there. That was stupid of me. Okay, let's try and actually attack the bison. I thought you said horror movie. You know, if you want to make a show-up film, horror movies is the way to go. Are you saying horror movie? Or what? Horror movie? HistoricNerd, a couple of your eagles and traders. Jesus. I'm drinking 2 Road, 2 Ruin, double IPA, and I can't stop farting. Alright. Big sweater, no shirt. Let's see, new update. Spoonie lost his dog. What? That's what Oreo... Oh, God. Well, there's a... I don't know if any of you guys follow the Spoonie subreddit, but they, it's just a giant community of salty people that pretty much just make fun of Spoonie exclusively now. And Spoonie was posting odd tweets about how he was so mad at April for leaving Oreo, the dog. And I was sitting there, I'm like, wow, okay. And man, that subreddit was just going off on him. Because they're just so tired of him. I think a lot of those guys were burned because they invested in the Patreon. I think he's a bee. Welcome back.
Yes.
Still, we're still talking about the Spoonie guy.
Ah.
But I remember he somehow, like, people in the Spoonie subreddit dug up his car accident footage that happened last year, and they're like, "Oh, the best new content Spoonie's done all year. A little experimental, but you know I can get behind this." Because he ran a red light while tweeting and T-boned a car, and basically people in the subreddit tracked down the dash cam footage from the cops. They just were playing it off like it was. Yeah, I'm just like, damn. It's like, man,
crazy though how like people will. I don't know.
Yeah,
go that far just to
that deep. Yeah, I can't say I've ever been that emotionally invested in anyone enough to, you know, look at dash cam footage involving incidents of them.
Right.
Or the fact like you have a some type of notification system based around legal records that pop up from court filings. Guess maybe one of them is a paralegal. They just had his name typed in, maybe. I think this is one of the levels that always kicks my ass.
John Rogers said that he highly recommends Down the Rabbit Hole episode on Spoonie. I haven't watched Down the Rabbit Hole forever, man. I always like forget about that channel.
Yeah, he did. I think he did one on like Dark Side Phil, Mundane Matt. There's some other ones. People I didn't even know who those people were before I started watching that channel. I was like, oh, interesting.
What are you drinking tonight?
Rum and Coke at the moment, but actually I need to refill that one. I'm drinking every drink aside from that. Oh god, the Temple OS guy, that one. The what's the gimmick behind that? It's like the most Christian operating service or something.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, there's a Temple OS guy. He's like making the most Christian operating system or something.
What?
Yeah, that's
I haven't heard about this.
Yeah, that's his thing. But he's like building it entirely on his own, and you can like fly around as an eagle and shit.
Cool.
You're like, yeah, that's what I want to see. So I took out their paladins. That's good. Oh, anything exciting going on for you?
No, not really. Just been working on the video and working. Nothing super exciting, you know. Hanging out with Lainey, obviously, and yeah. I mean, but things are good. Just can't wait for this video to be over.
That's always a nice feeling. Remember, I was just like, God, I was like, my computer upstairs, I swear to God, it was probably going to melt based on all the freaking renders I was doing. And I was like, yeah, I got a 9-hour render to sit through, so I'm just going to go stream in the garage.
Damn, 9 hours. Oh, well, you were doing 4K renders.
Yeah, I think 4K rendering is a mistake. I don't think anyone can even notice if I was to do it at like 720, then upscale the way you do.
Yeah.
And
I think the key is like, you know, not importing it into Premiere at 720, because like I said, I like let Media Encoder upscale it to 1080, and it looks a lot better. It doesn't look stretched or anything.
Oh yeah. Well, stop making the. Yeah, so actually, I have a. I should go grab the tiny prototype shells I printed that are on my kitchen counter. I'll grab
Your
that.
new children.
Yeah, my new babies. I named them.
Yeah,
Neptune 1 and Neptune 2. I'll bring it back.
Yeah, Ian's been printing these Neptune shells, or like, I guess trying to get it right. He's got a pretty good 3D model of one. So he's been messing with that. So is Temple OS like some kind of like Linux distro, I assume, or is it like its own separate thing? Ian thinks we can hear him. We can't hear you, buddy.
Oh, you couldn't hear me talking?
No.
Oh yeah,
I mean, we can hear that you were talking, but
like, oh yeah, Dud, way too far away from the mic. Oh yeah, I think I choose Hampshire. I think he actually subscribed to my channel, and I was like, nice. That's the guy who builds the underwater hamster enclosures. That got followed for a bit.
Oh yeah. That's pretty cool.
I was like, nice, he's following me. All right, I made it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw on the webcam the little shells, but I spent a while printing these out.
Yeah, you should show it again because it was barely up.
Oh, was it? Okay, let's see. Can't really see him from here. So let me step closer. I'll show him at the camera for a sec.
Oh, I haven't seen the black one.
But yeah, so here's one of my first tests where I was extruding extremely huge, just to try and save myself some time. But this one took about like 5 hours.
Because it's yellow, it's like blending.
Here's one I spent like a day printing, just kind of like trying to dial in the style of it. But I definitely have more tweaks I need to do, especially in printing. But they're going to be full-size ones here at some point. But those are going to take like 4 days of continuous printing to get those out.
The yellow one's a little hard to see because of the green screen stuff. It's like, but the black one like is pretty visible. That looks.
Oh yeah,
really
I guess it does look kind of semi-transparent. Didn't think about that.
It does look. The black one definitely looks like an improvement over the initial one that you had sent me a picture of.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be once I dial in the printer settings more effectively. Written entirely in assembly, efficient as fuck. Damn.
So I just looked up a picture of the Temple OS. It does not make Apple OS look like shit. This looks awful. Jesus. I mean, graphically, it's not impressive. It looks like a mid '90s DOS app, maybe like even earlier than that. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I can't build an operating system from the ground up on my own. So, you know, kudos to him. But I was expecting a little bit more modern.
Oh, God, I hate how the tanks in this game on the offense just suck. Just fucking pisses me off.
Oh, so the whole thing's written in assembly? That's cool.
Wasn't based on Linux. Oh, it's dementia, not schizophrenia.
I used to run like a dual boot Linux for a while, Usually like one of the Ubuntu distros just for shits and giggles and stuff. But after a while, I was like, not really using it enough to like justify keeping it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to mess with a little bit as a novelty. Did you ever get into like making Hackintoshes or installing Mac OS?
No, not really. God, these freaking tanks are wrecking me right now.
Oh man, I was like deep into that for a few years.
Yeah, I was never really into Mac stuff ever.
I don't know, man. I really enjoyed back when I had like a iMac for a while before, a little bit before they went to like the models where there was like the all white ones. And I actually really liked it. Of course, I wasn't doing any video editing on it though. but I was doing some music production though for my band and stuff, and I don't know, it was really good. Not a lot of games. This is like 2007 also, so. A little bit after they went to Intel.
Yeah, I have to use Macs at work, and I hate them so much. Just because they're like, it's just, I don't know, because I've used PCs so much in my life that they're just little things. I'm like, why is that a thing? Why can't I just look at the fucking directory of programs and uninstall it? I have to like drag shit to the fucking trash can. I hate it. It's so much.
I mean, you can just highlight the icon and hit delete.
Yeah.
Delete all the associated files with it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's really goofy to me. No, the Army uses Macs in some respects. Is like the primary backbone of the Army is PCs. But since my job requires me to use a lot of removable media, which is not allowed in the PC environment, I have to use a Mac that just like, kind of touches the network in a different way. So I can like VM into a PC, but so I'm like one level away from the actual PC network.
Oh, so have a good night, Dave.
I'll catch you later, man.
Just wanted to, you heard it here first, folks. Ian touches the Army network in a different kind of way.
I do. I treat it special.
Oh, Jimmy's here.
I whisper softly in its ear to tell it it's the only one for me.
Well, Jimmy, I would assume that you're invited to join.
Yeah. I think he was going to get beer.
Unless you and Ian are having some kind of beef.
Never.
I'm sorry. I'm definitely starting to feel a little tipsy.
Nice. I need to get this stupid computer to attack me because it's just wrecking me in open field fights right now.
I don't even know what's going on in this game. To be frank with you.
You ever play like the Civil War games back in the day?
Yeah, but like barely.
Okay, well, basically you're maneuvering your units on the field. There are mathematical bonuses based on terrain.
Oh no, I mean, I understand how these games work. I just can't tell like what's been going on.
Oh, gotcha. Apparently, I've just been getting wrecked by their tanks. And now, this little freaking card thing. That's always the problem with the Turbografx, because I'm just converting, and I just tied myself up in a knot around my mic here.
Jimmy, I'll go ahead and just invite you so that you can join whenever. I'm surprised Alex isn't here. I saw that he had something in the Discord. It seemed like he was going to join.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Okay.
I think he's been busy doing some stuff for Starship Commander, though.
Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling. But,
oh my god. Why? Why are their tanks kicking my ass so bad? I'm just lost, basically, I think. Staring contest. What's going on? Yeah, pretty much being slowly ticked away somehow, despite the fact I've had superior numbers in fights since, like, the beginning of this. I'm like, what is going on? Stop dying, you cowards. It's woefully unacceptable.
Oh yeah, so Jimmy just reminded me. He said, well, first I guess I'll read what he wrote. Hey Jonathan, and I think it would be better for a loser goes through a CDI match, John. But that way, the match will never end. Nothing's going to break. That thing short of a meteor. Yeah, I got 2 CDI shirts as well with my mask. So I wish they would have come in a little earlier in the week before I did my on-camera stuff for the GoldenEye video. That way I could have been decked out in one of my new Philips CDI t-shirts. But next time. I got a blue one, dark blue, and then I got a nice V-neck for special occasions.
Just for... You got a V-neck, and then you got a cardigan, CDI cardigan, to go over the top of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what the cardigan, the C stands for in that one.
God, Zero. Yeah, now he can send his friggin' tanks back to his factory to get fixed. And, bullshit. Or I guess I need to send my Marines to capture the factory? Is that something I can do? I don't even know. Yeah, I think I'll switch to blazing lasers here in a second, now that the war is lost. Because I don't think it's...
One guy, well, he was very brave.
Well, like, you know, I can always do I'll do a suicide rush with this guy to try and get him over to the tanks are just hiding in their,
Tanksters.
Hey!
Look who it is.
That's right. Look what the cat dragged in. Here to spoil everybody's fun.
How have you been, sir?
Like cat poo. I've been alright. Been just doing my thing. Oh, somebody got coronavirus at work, so that's fun.
So are you guys? Have you guys been going into the office or?
Oh, nothing's changed. Yeah, we've never had any. Maybe there was a week of like work from home, and that died out very quickly. But there's only been like 200 cases in my prefecture, so it's like a state.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah. So it's not like really that bad. We'll see. I already, you know, like everybody. I feel like I've already had the Rona. I feel like it's come and gone. It's been some weird illnesses.
Well, good news. You can get sick. You can get it twice.
No, yeah. Well, I remember back in February when a lot of those reports out of China were coming out, the non-official ones.
Mm-hmm.
They were as early as February. There were already reports of people getting it and then coming back and getting it again. So I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed now for everybody else. But
it's like Thunder in Paradise. You know, just when you think you've played it for the last time, Hulk pulls you back in with those 24-inch pythons, brother.
I'm coming for you, Hogan. All right, you got $5 from A Squared Game Reviews. CDI is the greatest medium, and Laserdisc is the best medium.
I feel like you haven't streamed CDI in a while.
Yeah, I think it's been maybe a month or so. Maybe about 2 months, actually. I was actually thinking about hauling that downstairs tonight, and I was like, yeah, I haven't played the Turbografx in a while either, so I was like, maybe I just go that way. But appreciate the donation, Andrew.
CDI, I mean, come on. I mean, I haven't streamed it in a while either, so.
Well, you didn't do your Absolute Rose Street stream either.
I know, I still want to, but I'm also like, I don't want to like spend a bunch of time like streaming and not working on my videos, so.
Oh, makes sense.
That's good.
I have a 4-day weekend right now, so I'm kind of just gonna work on my
Why
video stuff tomorrow. What?
Why do you have 4-day weekend? Is there some sort of holiday?
There's what is it, Labor Day on Monday, and then because I fall on the federal employee calendar. There's a federal down day on this Friday, so.
Nice.
So I didn't have to go to work today either.
I should be off for Labor Day, but I unfortunately have to work Sundays because I'm doing that stupid thing right now.
Stupid stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy, you're not on Twitter. I'm going to send you a little something I posted there. A little thing from my new video.
So Ian,
I want you to tell me
Rose Street.
Let's
All
take
right,
a
let me
look.
switch titles here. One second.
Savage with Scott Steiner.
Actually, I'm
bigger
gonna
arms.
refill my drink. I'll be
He
right
has
back.
freakishly genetically engineered arms. The Frankensteiner.
Yeah. Although, have you seen Scott lately? I call him Scott.
He's managing a restaurant or something, isn't he?
Well, he's always
I haven't
had, like,
seen him lately.
He's always had a show, and he's like owned one, but in Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Didn't
he
get, like,
it closed
injured
down.
Didn't he get injured at like an impact like a few months ago, like pretty badly?
Oh, dude, I think you're thinking of like when he was wrestling in Puerto Rico, eons ago, like maybe like 8-9 years ago, and
really?
he was contracted to Impact though, but he was doing like some show in Puerto Rico, like for some other company, and he cut a promo when he came back about the Puerto Rican doctor saving his life because he like almost died, and he had to like stay over there for like I don't know weeks after they did surgery on him. So maybe that's what you're thinking of, but no, but he's like super deflated now.
Oh, that's I guess that happens, for most people. I'm watching your thing now. This is disturbing. It's very nicely put together. I don't know how you did all these fancy things. Is this Cinema 4D? What are you using?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Did you find those assets, or did you have to like kind of recreate them, or?
I was able to like pull them out of the ROM, and then I just have to like basically finesse
just in case
the.
anybody's wondering what the hell we're talking about.
I have to like then just like do some adjusting, mostly with like textures, and sometimes you gotta like change like a polygon or two here and there to like get it to play nice, but it's a bit of a process to get it to work. And then mostly like like relighting things so they look nice, because how like on the Nintendo 64 like there's shadows and stuff, but things are like very flat looking.
Right. Which that reminds me, I need to. I finally busted out my PVM. Does it sound right? And I was like playing some PlayStation games with the S video on it. Yes, it's very hot, man. You can invite Bob over and Corey Carlson. We'll have like a PVM.
That sounds great.
Puto party. Yeah. Oh, yeah, get trying there. I'm filming. I don't want to get my penis dirty. It's like, oh, okay.
I won't touch it with anything less than a frame monster. I can't have that.
I'm bummed I haven't seen those guys at a convention.
Busting brains. Oh, that guy. Well, there's. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, that PVM is so beautiful, and I forgot I was gonna. Before I put it away, I was gonna play some N64, because I'm sure it looks way better.
Yeah.
On the old tube.
It looks really good.
It's nice. But I was playing through some PlayStation games, 3D and 2D. I was playing like Rayman and like Castlevania Chronicles and Little Ralph and all that stuff. It's fucking amazing. It's so sad that it's like some really old tech, but to me it's more impressive than anything I've seen in the last 10 years with video games. I was playing some HD games last week, but the thing that's really caught my eye is like, those flames in Castlevania Chronicles look real. So, I got to that point where I'm a sad old man.
You understand, this shit was amazing in the 90s. It's kind of funny. So I'm right now. You can't tell because of my green screen, but this is actually an Xbox T-shirt. And I was sitting in Target today, and I bought this shirt because I was like, oh, why not? And I was like, okay, they got a Nintendo shirt, a PlayStation shirt, an Xbox shirt. Why the fuck can't I just get a nice Sega shirt for once?
I would send you one, but I can't send you anything, and also they don't have your size here. You need like probably like a 4XL.
Yeah, I'm like, pretty much it's either an XL or a large is what I wear here in the States. I don't even know what size that'd be in Japan.
Oh yeah, man, it's like it's pretty rough. Just looking at the chat here real quick too.
Sorry, Andrew said, Ian, I have a great book you should read about World War II spy called A Catcher Was a Spy. Oh, interesting. Ian, sponsored by Xbox. And Raid Shadow Legends.
Just tested out my Xbox 360 because I made a new, what do you call, a 16.9er stream overlay.
Ooh.
To play some Xbox 360 stuff.
Please tell me it has like a weird hobo with like a pickaxe and he's like, I'm going over there gonna mine them 16.9s.
Well, unfortunately, I can't get any working Xboxes here in Japan, and nobody wants Xbox. There's no like repaired systems, so like you can go on Yahoo Auctions and find like a lot of 10 junk Xboxes do not work. I'm like, oh fuck. Like the only ones that seem to work are the ones that are still brand new, and they're pretty expensive. So, your Hell's Rage stream was the best stream, best 15 minutes ever. Oh, there you go. Chris just said that he bought a 5XL jean jacket, hopefully with Looney Tune patches, off AliExpress.
Acid wash? Acid wash?
Acid wash with Tweety on that fucking thing.
Oh, man, I was at
I was
a jeans place the other day, and they had acid wash jeans, and I was like, shit, should I do it? Can I rock this?
Rock that in your fucking, well, I was going to say if you had like another Point Break type of video. You're doing Jacob's Ladder, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, well, Chris says that 5XL jean jacket off AliExpress, which is probably Chinese sizes, worked for him, and he's like a larger XL. So.
Oh, okay.
So I guess yeah, you'd probably need a 4 or 5XL.
How tall are you, Chris?
That's one thing too. You gotta the shoulders and the arms usually for those shirts too. Even if you get to fit over your stomach and your chest, it's usually like the arms that are real tight.
Yeah, I'm one of those humans who has like a longer. I'm more torso than leg.
More torso than man.
Yeah, so I'm more of a torso.
CDI than man now.
Oh god. Well, we had that picture proof, that photo evidence from 2018.
The plastic surgeon said I was a madman for doing it, but you know what? I really like the results. Rectangular doorways are a challenge, but you know, it's just something I got to overcome in my life now to be who I really am.
I should tell Jonathan G because we have to negotiate a deal. I was thinking of some deals. He wants some of my junk 3DOs, and to repair them and everything. Mm-hmm. I have a few proposals for you, Jonathan G. Maybe I'll mention it later when
you're more drunk.
Time.
5 low. Okay.
Yeah, once I'm more drunk, I'm like, I want them photos. Think of Japan treated 32X pretty poorly. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm watching 2 32X complete in box auctions for tonight, so I may be a 32Xer.
Ooh,
I already have.
Welcome to the club, sir. If you get one.
I have 7 games for it now. So, unfortunately, I was gonna get Tempo, but the one I was watching for months, somebody finally bought it right when I'm about to get a 32X. I can justify it. Bastard.
Yeah, Tempo's pretty good. Like I'm really. That's like one of the few games I've spent like $70 on and been really happy with the, and not had like buyer's remorse.
Neat novelty.
Yeah, it's just like honestly, it plays better than a lot of the 2D ones you see on the PlayStation. At least that's how it feels to me. But.
So you think it's better than Punky Skunk?
You think you're better than me, huh?
You better than me, bud? Yeah, I love failed systems, and I don't include the CDI in that because that's not a real system.
Okay, very interesting.
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah, I was like, well, I was thinking about shouting you out in my latest video, but fuck you, buddy.
I'm gonna make a new video called
in
5 YouTube channels under 10,000 subs that need to stay that way.
That's me. I'm doing working on a 5 channels to subscribe to with under. Well, I'm not even doing the under subs, just like with criminally underviewed shite. My 7-year anniversary is coming up, so I'm gonna do a few things for it. That's one of them.
All right.
I'll get around to doing that. Do a giveaway, you know. Now John Rogers' Punky Skunk sucks. I know. I was just mentioning that because it's the name is ridiculous. Punky Skunk. Coolie Skunk, which is the
Hey, Captain Retro's here.
Hey,
fellas,
Cap, what's up, man?
Slapping your mama.
Slapping your mama. Yeah, that's fighting words around here.
So, are any of you guys putting your names in the hat for G4 TV talent?
No.
Low.
No.
Unless it's like, you get a night with Morgan Webb. Get strung up in her web.
Yeah, no.
Jimmy
Don't even pay me money. Just give me Morgan Webb. That's all I want.
On a silver platter. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna get canceled for that. Not that I can get canceled from anything. So
I don't know if you saw G4 TV's tweet. I assume not.
I didn't see the tweet, but I know. But I know that for a little while now they've been talking about bringing it back.
So I guess they are bringing it back.
They're looking for people.
Yeah, I'll just I'll send you the link to the tweet.
Ah, shit.
Okay, thank you.
Olivia Munn for me, please.
Explain it.
Olivia Munn. She's a nice-looking woman as well. I'm always going to be a Jade Raymond fan, if anybody knows that name. Oh, Jade. You were the best. And then you made Assassin's Creed.
You were the top. You could have been a contender. What happened?
Yeah. Could have had class. It could have been a contender instead of a bum, which is what your hell is. All right, let me take a look at this tweet.
I mean, it's a video or whatever, but I think you'll get the gist of it.
All right, Chris Huminski.
Yeah, I guess
5'11".
Olivia
I used to
Munn
be-
probably.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, nothing. Just reading the chat.
I was saying, I guess she probably wouldn't be coming back to G4 TV since she's trying to be a movie actress.
Well, I got a few movie ideas if she's interested. I don't pay.
I
that
got
well,
a,
but it's
I got a great offer for you, Olivia. How
more
about
about the experience.
less?
I'm losing a little bit of this. Sessler, that cokehead is back. All right, I do not want to work with the Cess.
Oh, you're turning G4 TV down. Preemptively.
I'm turning them. Yes, I'm turning them down.
You're gonna send them an email tomorrow morning. Just so you guys know, I'm not interested.
I am just gonna let you know. You know,
Then
it's
hours
like
later, G4
it's like
TV.
AEW banning Hulk Hogan from their show. It's like, okay. I do you know who the fuck I am? I'm the star of Thunder in Paradise.
I was on the screen with JT. God damn it!
You know what? Any wrongs he's done in his life, it's all forgiven because he helps take down Gacker. Let's see. Extended play was where it was at. Yeah, old EP.
Oh god. Getting resurrect here.
Get ourselves some Vic Lucas. You know, I was talking to the Happy Console Gamer, and you know he does stuff with Victor Lucas for like Film Fury, and sometimes on the Electric Playground channel and all that stuff. But
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, like they're like, you know, he's Canadian as well. And you know, I was talking. I was like, Vic Lucas is a fucking legend, and he's telling me that there's so many people who talk shit in his comments about who the fuck is this old guy and who the fuck does he think he is, and just bullshit. And I was like, show some fucking respect. He's a trailblazer. Yeah, AEW also banned Hogan's wife or ex-wife.
So you know what's crazy about to me is that Electric Playground has like so few subs. If you want to talk about like a
Oh yeah,
Just-
yeah.
they have like 50 something thousand last I looked.
The biggest channel in Canada, though. No, they're not. I'm just thinking that.
I think there's. I'm like. I think there's.
There's like
Canadians with more
there's probably
subscribers.
like kids playing with toys, Canada, and like
Yeah.
you know, makeup channels where you can look like your favorite pro wrestler.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the Warrior Ultimate Warrior makeup tutorial, and that's getting way more views.
So Tom
Well, yeah,
they don't
says
get a
he
lot
has
of-
$20 if I can make it through this stage without dying. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Is this Blazing Lasers?
Yeah, God, I love this game.
Yeah,
Good.
I wonder like because Electronic Playground, like I mean they still I don't watch them like super regularly, but they still like you know go to well you know before COVID obviously they were still going to events and you know had pretty good production values. It seemed like they have at least like a few people on a crew, but their videos like they're lucky to get like you know a few
2,000.
thousand views.
Yeah.
So I'm like just paying for this. They don't do sponsorships.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be on like some sort of television thing too in Canada, maybe. Because I've seen a few channels like that where it's like nobody really watches the YouTube, but they do stuff on television. But yeah, it's sad because it's very good and you get good perspectives. Yeah, I think Film Fury with John, the Happy Console Gamer, that got more views than most of the stuff on Electric Playground. But yeah, they did stuff like we're like, oh, we're gonna talk to all these big names and. You know, he was like David Hayter and all that stuff. Like that would probably get more views just because of him. But even then, it's just like you know, you think it'd bring more people to the channel and the nostalgia thing, where it's like, oh shit, I remember Electric Playground. I remember Tech TV and G4 and all that. Who knows? I guess he's not wacky enough.
Yeah, I don't get it because like I mean and like EPN's website is also like really nice, like super professionally done. And like you know it's always maintained and like there's always like new stuff on there. Like I'm just I don't know. I'm confused how this is making money for all these people. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're just you know
Maybe it's like
maybe
passion.
it's just yeah they're expensive, passionate.
Or maybe George Soros is funding it.
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
I haven't seen Victor at the meetings.
Oh, yeah, he would. clad in black.
Yeah.
Oh well, I guess Ian, you're not. Did you beat the level or did you just die?
You know, I
It says
beat the
game
last. I
over.
beat the last half of the stage
Is that
without
the
dying,
boss?
but so I
Game
don't
over?
know what Tyler's stipulations were for that $20. So I don't know.
This game
It's,
looks pretty good though.
It is a really solid
fun.
shmup, man. Like it's really responsive and pretty much when you die, it's entirely on you. It's not like the game's being cheap.
Don't, Ian. We knew it was on you. You didn't have to.
No, I mean like if I get serious about these, I'll hook up a CRT and because I can get through like the first 4 levels of Raid and Trad on the Genesis without even dying most of the time.
So, which would you say is a bigger challenge? The first 10 levels of this game, or the first 10 levels of Hotel Mario?
Ooh, I haven't really made it past the first 10 on this one, so I'd say Hotel Mario is probably easier.
Okay. Oh, $20 from
Oh
Tyler.
shit! $20.
Oh, I was didn't
Got
even.
them, big buddy, and
I wasn't even gonna say that was gonna count.
Now you gotta
but
send
sensual pair.
appreciate the donation.
Oh,
Tyler.
your Ian stream just started.
What did it do?
Oh, your stream went out for a second. I think you got like off Skype too for a second.
Oh, I don't know. My bit rate.
It's back. Your
Might have been
stream's
weird.
back.
Okay. Weird.
Well, Chris Haminsky, we appreciate that you spent your check to get Super Mario All Stars 3D
Hell
to
yeah.
be a
man.
reality. Too bad you didn't. Too bad you just you couldn't forego that fucking White Claw. And, you could've got
Oh yeah,
Galaxy
somebody
2 in
Tyler
there as well.
Tyler was saying that like asking who's crushing White Claws. Have you guys ever had it?
I never
had
have.
it, but you know what? And this is a man who has had Zima, enjoyed Zima in the recent past.
Zima's
I
not
have
bad.
too much respect. I have too much respect for myself to drink White Claws. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I haven't had it either, and I think it's like an
Watch
age
the
thing, you know.
Isn't it a Zoomer
Like,
thing? I
yeah.
don't even know.
It's popular with the youngins and the ironic crowd.
That,
I'm
that
sure
is
it's
that
fine.
one of those Zoomer things, the White Claws? Is
Yeah,
Fred
one of
Durst
those
still
Zoomer
popular?
things.
The alphabet.
Keep playing your turbo. It's not the turbo.
Is Fred Durst still popular with them? Is that still a thing?
In
That's
my
all-
day, controllers came with turbo.
In my day.
Do it all for the White Claw. Get some of that. I get a little bit more of this diet beer in me. White Claw Seltzer isn't that
Beer,
bad.
what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Asahi Style Free, which is what people describe me just in my general setting, my life setting.
You're a
Style.
Asahi. You're
Just
a
style free. That's the name of the fucking drink. Style Free.
Is that like a common saying in Japan?
It's just like free is like, what would you say? It's like, it's weird. It's not like there's lack of style. It just means that like you can do whatever style you like.
Okay.
Like freedom. It's very strange. It's kind of like
Okay, no, that makes sense. I mean, it's not how I would use the word, but
this is like, so for example, like I bought this thing called the Free Box. It is the free box in which anything can be stored freely. Is the quote on it. And it was like, okay, well, it's not 0 yen.
I'm fascinated by the use of like English words in Japan, especially like sometimes I listen to like there's a few Japanese bands I like Maximum the Hormone, and like sometimes they'll just have like random English like phrases in English. It's like, what? Why?
It is cute. Yeah, there's a lot of English words here that just get used in its own unique. It's like Waego. It's like Japanese style English. Let's see, Smirnoff Ice. Oh God, I don't think I've ever had a Smirnoff. They do sell them here.
God, I remember like being freshman in college and drinking that.
Like one of them is like I would say like 3/4 of one is
All
pretty
the clouds.
refreshing. From there forward, it's like, oh, this is like real tart, and
There's a lot of sugar
then
in
the
this.
second one you're like,
Ugh.
oh, I'm gonna have a hangover if I keep drinking this.
Well, it's White Claw. I would try one. I don't know if I'd like it or not, but
I'm waiting for my midlife crisis to kick in about a month and a half
Wait.
when I turn 40.
Yeah, why are you drinking all these White Claws? Leave me alone, Laney. You don't understand.
You don't understand how hip I am.
I want to be young
think
again. Stop.
at that point, Lainey would be like, she'd get some common sense and leave you hell. Let's be honest. She sees where this is going.
she's younger than me. She's 30. So
Yeah. What are you preying on these youngins for, old
be
man?
like, understand, you know me. I'm a
Gonna stay
Zoomer
hip
now.
Yep.
She'll be like, shut up.
Let's be honest. You're only dating her to understand the demographics, aren't you?
That's YouTube research.
Yeah. That was your brand manager was the first thing. It's like
Yeah, if I started going through a bit like Christ, she'd actually be like very understanding and just feel bad for me. And all right, well, I guess I'll just help you through this.
Just go buy some more
Sounds
CDI
like
games,
true
sweetie.
love.
It'll be okay.
Yikes. True love. What's wrong with you people?
Yeah.
Um,
Lainey would never be so mean to say, if you're really so young, why do you love the CDI? She would never
well,
lie to me.
it's gonna be a very long-term elaborate prank for Lainey's own YouTube channel. So just let me know. Just give me the heads up.
Oh my god, that would be
something's fishy.
hilarious. Like just pranking my boyfriend of 4 years into thinking I was okay with him liking the CDI this whole time.
Yep. You're gonna come home. It's gonna be like that what is it, Boogie 2988. She's gonna have a viral video smashing your CDI.
I've been trying to get her to start a channel because she's like real good at doing nails. I'm like, man, you should
That's
do
where
that
the
and
money.
support us.
Yeah, come on, get off your lazy ass.
We can
I've been doing all
retire.
the
We can
hard work.
retire on those fingers.
No,
What are you
like,
doing?
she makes some real fucking elaborate nails.
All you gotta do
I-
is just have her
God.
do your nails in one of your videos. Don't even bring attention to it. Everyone's gonna notice your nails. Like, oh my god, this is a great video and everything on GoldenEye, but who is doing your nails? That's like
They
the
really would say
entire
that.
Disney Under the Sea, ensemble on your nails. I saw
Oh, Chris-
Sebastian on your pinky finger. It's like, oh, well, why didn't you mention that?
Chris Saminsky with a channel named Wrestling with Nails.
Ooh.
Oh god.
She can be part of the
that
wrestling
is like
with.
CW.
And then your April Fool's
Parent
videos
company.
can be her struggling with a hammer and nails on things.
uh,
Already got it figured out. It's perfect.
see the.
Yeah,
Yes.
so Tyler, what is your favorite
That's
tattoo?
all I ever wanted.
I hope it's like I hope it's the Kurgan. That would be pretty badass.
Yeah,
Or who
catch up,
wants to live forever, like right above your butt.
gonna catch up with the
That'd be
chat a little bit. John Rogers said, "Man, Mad Smirnoff Ice was full of sugar. That's what's wrong with it." Yep, I think we all agreed. Tyler Bowling again, guys, have a Highlander tattoo.
Yeah, I was asking about what is it?
Yeah, like the tattoo of Duncan MacLeod. of
Duncan?
Highlander. Remember him? Can only be one.
Wow.
Chris Saminsky, we used to prank each other with Smirnoff Ice. It was called Getting Ice. I remember that. Actually, that was a reoccurring thing on Impact Wrestling for a while. When like Ric Flair, AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, and maybe James Storm, they were in a group called Fortune. Oh no, it was Kazarian. They were in a group called Fortune, which is kind of like the Four Horsemen of Impact, and they would like ice each other. Where like, some guy would find like a Smirnoff Ice, and then he had to chug it. It was actually pretty funny stuff.
No, that's like a really talented group of people too. It's kind of sad that Impact and TNA, whatever, for all the like good stuff that they had, because I never watched it when it was happening, when it was new, whatever. But going back and looking at some stuff, I was like, damn, this is like really good shit mixed in with a lot of.
2008, 2009 was
Huh.
especially good.
Seemed that way.
Let's see, John Rogers. At least the hard seltzer brands are just pre-order mix alcohol with seltzer. Yeah, which I think that's what White Claw is, right? It's just like seltzer with liquor or something.
With that, get that girl drunk, and she don't even know it. It was
Jonathan G CDI is so great. It doesn't show up on the first page of Google results. If you Google CDI, well, maybe for me it comes up. If I just start typing C and D, like Google's like auto recommendations for me. If I'm signed in, it's just like 10 things about Philip CDI.
Alex is in the chat playing this car PG,
Yeah, man.
and your name
This
is
is the
Ian. Oh
pinnacle.
yeah.
Well, that's the code. Don't worry. That's how we return to this game.
This guy's got a Hulk Hogan Fu Manchu going.
He's the best dad.
God.
Okay.
Fortunately, he's got pitch black eyes.
oh man, this kid looks like somebody slammed his head with like a fucking pipe, and it's like kind of halfway
I was thinking
split.
like an axe, like they split
Yeah.
him.
It's me, Fast Frank. Let's go for it.
Oh Jesus!
Frank, I don't think that's a great nickname for you. Just letting you know.
I feel like these people that you're talking to should be wearing safety helmets. I'm just gonna put it that way. You know,
So is Fast Frank like? Is he like supposed to be on coke? Is that like?
I don't think
The
Fast
joke.
Frank is.
Oh, this is a race.
How do
I
you?
think it's
There's a way
slow,
to.
actually.
Crap. What was it? There was a way to let the race play itself.
Whoa. CDI Turbografx.
Oh man, I
Oh,
am
God.
not digging these stripes.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
It's my first race. All right, they do it.
So wait, this could do like a head-to-head race, but we couldn't get this in Mario Kart. I mean, in F-Zero.
I guess not.
It's the power of the Turbografx, baby.
Anyway, they made it up. They made up for it with like F-Zero. What is it? G or not Extreme G, but GX.
What is a portive dad?
Like
Don't
you
worry,
keep
Ian.
them.
You'll be a world champion soon. Here's $300.
Oh shit!
God, thanks, Dad. Thanks.
A small loan of $1 million.
Is
There
this
you
kid a
go.
Titan? He's
This-
like
Alex is saying
taller
in the
than
chat
every
too. There you
building.
go.
Yeah, let's get fuel.
Guy looks like a
Okay.
French
Okay.
pedophile. I'm gonna grab another drink. I'll be right back.
What do you think?
Oh man, tacos do sound good.
Oh, damn it, I didn't mean to race. Ugh. You can set the race to play itself, then you have to buy gas in each town.
Hold on the D-pad to use the gas. Let's see. Fourth meal tacos. Wow.
Jimmy, did I ask you before if you've ever played Gang Beast?
If you did, I don't remember you asking. I don't know. What is Gang Beast?
All right, so
This actually
no.
does sound-
No, it's like a four-way physics-based kind of fighting game where you're just pushing each other off platforms. But it's really fun and really stupid. It came out a while ago, but a few years ago. But I just started playing it like a couple of months ago. It's a fun party game, sir.
Ooh, play some of those party games. Once you
But,
finish with
we
your
should all get together and
GoldenEye
play it.
video. Yeah, we could have.
And
you
3
gonna come
months
to
when I'm
Jimmy
done with the
Con?
GoldenEye video.
Yep, and that sounds like a pretty good goal.
Oh, Alex, you know Gang Beast. Awesome. All right, well that's two of us.
That's
But yeah, I'm sure we
Yes,
can rope Ian and Jimmy to play.
two's a party, three's a crowd. Yeah, get some people to play that. Be good fun. I'm gonna try to get. I think Jonathan G is
God.
gonna be playing some Phantasy Star Online on GameCube with me,
Mhm.
maybe in a week or two.
Wait back, guys. I'm
It's
gonna
like
refill my drinks.
99. All right, man.
Ian doesn't play games made after 1999.
Yeah,
It's a real hard cutoff for me, personally.
he only plays the launch Dreamcast selection.
That's all
He's
I-
playing like
That's all I gotta play.
Slave Zero and Soul Calibur.
You know, a simpler time. Back when the Dreamcast was America, and America was the Dreamcast. When you could go to bed at night, safe in your home, knowing the Dreamcast was sitting over you, with its 13 launch titles you could be happy with. Sonic Adventure, if you were lucky enough to get a disc that was functional.
19, sir,
Oh,
actually.
was it 19? Oh,
No,
sorry.
I hate to correct.
19 launch titles.
19.
Looming
Amazing.
over your bed to make you proud to be an American who got to experience the Dreamcast when it was alive.
It was very exciting. It definitely was.
But
Oh, man.
How do I set the
I'll
car
never
to
forget.
race itself? Is that a warp? Yeah.
Tyler is buying tacos. Yeah, dude, I would kill for some tacos. Not tacos I have to make myself. Like tacos auténticos, you know?
Can you get like, is there like a Taco Bell in Japan? Or no?
There's Taco Bell like in Tokyo and like Osaka, but there's none in my area. So here's what's sad. I kind of scanned my job once to get them to pay for a trip to Tokyo to go do some sort of robotics thing. And so I went to this robotics thing, and honestly, I wasn't really that interested. But I went over there, I did what I had to do. But the whole time, I was only there to eat Taco Bell and Shake Shack. So they paid for these like tickets. It's like $200 or whatever just for the day. And I was like, I'm definitely gonna get Taco Bell. And I'm gonna get Shake Shack. That Taco Bell was the most expensive Taco Bell I've ever had, but it was delicious. They had about like 8 or 9 teeny boppy looking girls who looked like they could be in like little like teeny bopper models in magazines, and like a few guys with like their hair like these BTS looking motherfuckers making my tacos with this glass screen so you can see them make it, and they look like they're having the time of their life making tacos. And it was a very different vibe from the Taco Bell we have in the States. That was in Shibuya though, where this robotics convention was at. Blue Stinger, Chris, that is a interesting game. Climax.
No! I messed this one up. I'm just gonna sit here and just realize my failure. I wanted to set it to watch mode, so I didn't have to race. I could just walk around the world and let the car race itself.
Oh well. Dad'll give you $300.
Uh-huh. Dad, got $300. I want that parrot.
It's like, good, you're a complete failure, and I regret not having that abortion. Here's $300, son.
Here's $300.
Just leave me the fudge alone.
I'm gonna buy you out of my life every chance I get.
Just don't screw up. Just don't screw up my investments, my real investments.
I won't let this happen again.
It's chat. Thank you, man.
I heard the Japanese people eat KFC on Christmas. Yeah, you were saying that was a thing they do.
Yeah. Who's saying that? I mean, not this
Jonathan G. Taco Bell is the best when you just take a big bite. It's just
chat.
all sour cream and tortilla. And you just have to regret your life choices and swallow that shit. Taco Time. That's pretty good. I don't know, Taco Time, you gotta be careful. Like, I remember I had a PT test on, like, a Saturday, and I had Taco Time on, like, the Friday night before, and I got, like, mild food poisoning, so that was, like, the worst physical fitness test I'd ever taken, because, like...
Diarrhea time.
Well, no, it was more like, normally I do, like, 70
Pukey
sit-ups.
time.
I do, like, 70 sit-ups in under 2 minutes. Like, that route, I did 55, because my stomach was just absolutely in pain. Or, like, I've never done below, like, 60 before in a test. So I was like, oh god, and then like while I was doing the 2-mile run, I was just like, blah! Like just vomiting while I was running.
Dude, John Rogers, to address your the restaurants, they are not. I've never had a really awesome taco. There's like a few quote unquote authentic places that have come and gone in my area, but they're not really in touristy areas. But like for Taco Bell, yeah, like in the big cities. Same thing with like almost anything like Burger King and Wendy's. There's none of that in my town. So sadly, like my mecca is going to Tokyo. I try to get some Wendy's. I try to get some fucking Shake Shack. I try to get the Carl's Jr. and Akihabara. That's all the shit that I look forward to in Tokyo. Like they're Japanese food in Tokyo. It's overpriced and it's not as good as the stuff you can get in like the authentic, there's places where like they actually make the stuff. Like you can get cow tongue steak in Tokyo, but I live in a place where cow tongue steak is the most famous, and it's cheaper. And I don't eat it because it's cow tongue. It's gross. Tastes fine though, but it's just the thought of it. And also, Alex wants to jump in and eat tacos.
Yeah.
You want me to add him in real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Get him.
Yeah, Tyler, I've had Taco
into
John's.
shame.
I've had Taco John's, which is like the weirdest white adaptation of Mexican food. It's like they'll do things like, how about a taco burger? How about a taco salad, where they just like break tortilla shells into a salad, and like, what is going on in this place? I don't understand you, Taco John's.
Taco American pie.
What a
these tacos.
yeah.
Son of a bitch. Getting that eating asthma here. Can we get some super chats for asthma?
For eating asthma.
Yep. What is it called? Mukbang?
Getting that eating asthma.
That's so weird that people are so hyped on watching people eat food. And it's like, back then that used to be something you don't let anybody know. Like,
hey man, isn't that like a Korean thing?
it is a Korean thing, and this is why
Like watching
Japan
people
should have
eat?
finished the job back in World War II.
Oh, jeez. Jesus Christ.
I'm a proud imperial here.
Royal Nippon
Anyway,
will rise
hi,
again.
Hi, everybody.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Asia belong to
I just got a page from my brand manager. She said abort 911. Yeah,
How
a
could
page.
how could you be associated with stuff? Korean stuff is the hottest stuff right now. This is not going to look good on your YouTube channel about old video games.
Yeah.
John Rogers is asking me where the fuck is Chipboard. Also, dang dude, you'll see Chipboard tomorrow. Just throw some bucks up the screen. You know what's up.
I gotta be on the BTS stream tomorrow. We're gonna do Fall Guys. Me and BTS.
Oh, is it you and Adam Sessler coked up talking about a video game, the new BTS rhythm game?
No. My brand
Before?
manager. It was a joke.
Man, you don't joke online anymore. See, here's the problem with joking online. Someone will be like, dude, that's fucking real. I'm gonna do it. And then it happens, and then like you come up with some fucked up idea. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like the CD, look, like hell. Seriously, the CDI sucked before you exist. The CDI was garbage. I'm just gonna say that out right now. And then you came out and you were like, no, man, the CDI is good. And I don't care if you're joking or for real. Now I'm like, man, now I think the CDI is
I legitimately,
it's good.
dude, no.
Don't say
I
no.
legitimately
Yeah, hell, choose
enjoy
your
it.
words wisely. I'm gonna have to end my friendship with you depending on what you say. Okay, I just let you know.
So you, Jimmy,
For the
I'm gonna have to turn you down just like I turned down
567,000th
G4.
time.
The CDI is. I honestly was very surprised when I got my own and started playing it. Like I thought, from everything I had read and seen, like especially on YouTube and stuff, that it was gonna be bad. I mean, and, like any system, there's some bad games on it, but overall, it's brought me to heights in gaming ecstasy that I didn't know was possible.
Whoa.
You sound like a predator.
That might be an exaggeration. But...
You see, Yahel CDI, he gently wraps the power cord around his neck while he's playing it. Just tightens it.
Oh, so that's why we couldn't play last year at Purge. Okay. Dang, secrets are all coming out, right? Is that what we're doing, guys? We're just coming clean?
Tyler Bowling, are you serious? The CDI is a console by Philips.
Trap sprung, you hell.
I'd say go watch my video on it, but man, like that video is long. I'm gonna be like George Lucas and remaster my videos soon.
You should fucking do that and add all this 3D stuff and be like, yeah, now it's better. And then you'll go to VidCon and then you'll be like, here's why you want to take all your old videos and redo them and re-upload them.
Be like, this is why George Lucas was right about the special releases.
Dude, all I can remember is just like, oh man, I bought the Lord of the Rings. It's got like 4 discs. It's got the 3 movies and it's got the extras. And then this kid comes by like 3 months later. It's like, no man, I got the fucking Peter Jackson Jack Me Off edition. It's got 9 discs. And you're like, 9 discs? What the fuck is in there?
They do that with Lord of the Rings? Like...
Yeah, they did that with. Of course, they did it with Lord of the Rings. Are you kidding me?
It's like 9.5 additional hours of raw movie footage.
Oh, that does sound familiar.
Yeah, where it's like, hey, it's the Peter Jackson cut. It's the really boring one that's 4 hours long. I was like, all right, man, 2.5 was enough for me.
Gotta add that commentary. Yeah, hell, gotta.
No, it wasn't even commentary. It was just all movie.
No,
It was like,
it's just
all the
like
scenes we
extra.
cut.
It's like here's like 3 hours of them just walking through fucking New Zealand, and here's like a scene that they cut out because I don't know, Dumbledore was smoking some shit, he's getting high, and it's just really it's really amazing. I like it. Yeah. Also, I just gotta address Yahel's, like, you talked about the CDI. You sound like you're like a virgin boy here, trying to pick who's gonna be your first. This is very creepy. And you're saying like, well, this picture that is really good. You're trying to look for that one girl who hasn't slept around in school. Okay, so
Please
here's
tell
what
me
you're
that
doing.
there's a Japanese word for what you're describing.
It's called
It's called
filthy
CDI.
gaijin. You don't know good game. You suck game.
Perhaps you don't remember the long lifespan of the Philips CDI and how many units it sold.
That long and nobody was paying
Right.
attention.
But let me interrupt here and say, welcome
How many
WD
consoles did
Scrib.
it outlive?
Well, I'm sorry, what was that, Ian?
One second,
I
let me
forgot
welcome
this
to
is
yeah,
Ian's
let me welcome to people to the chat here while you guys talk over me. Come on.
Sorry, Ian.
No worries, no worries. WD Criv, I love the Turbografx16. Welcome to the stream. And Gorilla Jones says, when Wrestling X tolls the CDI, I get Jim Jones flashbacks.
Get that Kool-Aid. Also, WD Criv, if you're new to this channel, check out Historic Nerds, the engine that should.
Yeah, my fun pun that I probably shouldn't have done for the title.
Oh yeah, we should actually be pushing your video here. This is actually the perfect.
We should watch. We should watch that video. You can do live commentary.
Oh yeah, we've got
Wait, shut up.
a free half hour.
I don't know that that's gonna happen.
Wait. I've been busy as heck this whole week, man. Like, who's new video?
Oh, it's like 2 months old now.
No, yeah, that's my old
I just
Turbografx
posted
video.
the link to it.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
There you go.
I'm
I was
trying
gonna,
to-
I was gonna
most
make
people
some
here
more
have seen
Yahel's high school sexcapades adventure comments, but I won't. I'll save them for another time.
Save them till your next.
Select
We
watch
got
mode.
normal people
to
coming
sit
into
and
the
watch.
chat.
Dude,
So,
this
Ian,
video,
how would- I have a
this
whole
video was like 2 months ago, and it was awesome, dude. I love this. I love your stuff, Ian.
Thank you.
Ian, how would you rate this game?
It's not too bad. I don't know. I find it's it kind of throws me off because the way you race in this one is you just got to make sure you hit the timing perfectly. There's no rubber banding in it, so if you mess up at all, you're just immediately punished. But the second you mess up in it, though, you're immediately awarded by your dad, who tells you you're going to be the best, and he gives you $300.
Yeah.
So that's some positive
Someday,
reinforcement right
someday you'll be president.
there. Someday you'll be the best.
See, guys. Video games set you up for set kids up to like believe in this like unrealistic future where your parents support you. We can't have this video games poisoning their mind.
Yeah. This was made in the 1980s or early 1990s, so it was
This
a
is-
different time.
Yeah,
Okay.
but this
Oh, I
is
thought it was the
missing
bottom one.
a Eurobeat soundtrack. That's the problem. Like, everything sounds better as a Eurobeat version.
I'll
Like,
tell you
I
what.
went down this YouTube hole last night where I was like trying to get some work done fucking fast. Like, hey man, here's a Eurobeat version of like this slow pop song. I was like, okay. I put it on. I was like, holy shit, I got so much work done. And then I just played Eurobeat for like the next 30 minutes. Like, what happened?
Sounds like Euro trash to me.
Eurobeat, you know the
Is
music
that like-
that was in
that like Euro-
Initial D, like from the 90s.
Is that like Eurovision? That, like that movie with.
Euro Disney?
Running in the 90s.
I know that the initial D shit.
Yeah, Initial D song, yeah.
It gets you pumped.
Yeah, it gets you fucking pumped. There's a whole genre of music out there like that. It was the same
It's not just
instrument.
initial D soundtrack. Oh shit! Well,
Yeah, there's
something
more than
different.
just Initial D soundtrack, man. You learn something new every day.
That's right. Da-na-na-na. Oh, good lord! This I'll tell you what. This game was made for people where their parents weren't trying to become the next viral YouTube stars, where mom accidentally killed dad by shooting him with a Desert Eagle point blank through like an encyclopedia or whatever the
Oh
fuck that
yeah,
was.
that was a thing that happened.
Remember that was a thing? Yeah, parents were a little bit different back then. They just gave you $300 for failing. So imagine if you succeed.
Wait, what? What?
Oh, we're just talking about the CarPG or what is it? What is this game called now?
CarPG, yeah, it's called CarPG. I'm fine with
Final lap twin, sir.
Oh.
it. It's initial B because it's like at least 2 versions before Initial D.
Oh. But
Ba-dum-bum.
let's see. Lucas in the 80s.
I'm
Oh,
Kid
good
Quick.
lord.
Finally found you. I love you say it like, do you want to race? And you say no. They're like, but I insist. It's a little forceful.
You must defend your
The
honor,
guy was-
man.
Fucking mealy mouthed son of a bitch, Kid Quick.
You son of a bitch.
That's the kind of kid I'd be embarrassed to say is my kid. Look at him. Like, which one's yours? I'm single. What?
All right, guys. So I've been fucking MIA for like the last few weeks. Like, what's been going on with you guys?
Last week, weren't you? No, you were just really drunk, so I think you forgot. I guess maybe Yahel.
I wasn't here for that stream, but I heard from somebody in the chat that you were really drunk. I think Ian might have said that you were real tipsy. So you wasn't.
Yeah, dude.
Quite...
Like my weeks have been pretty hard. So like I just come in on a Friday night and I see Historic Nerd stream. I'm like, dude, I'm like 3 beers in.
That's just like with the.
I'm like 3 Coors Lights in.
No, it's more like you get home and you're like, fuck, I gotta hydrate. So you put an IV and you can start pouring Coors into an IV bag above your desk.
Yeah, I know.
You're just like, I need to
You
get.
know what? I'll just take it right now. Just pour it all on me. Just be like, oh, you're such a lightweight. You drink Coors Light. I work hard for this shit, man.
I worked hard for that $8 for a 60-pack.
I
Worked
mean,
hard
hey,
for
man,
that.
as long as you like it, dude. As long as you like it, like that's all that matters.
No, the only reason why I like it is because I can wake up and do more work in the next morning because I'm fucking hardcore.
So what do you guys think about the? I think am I the only one here that has a Switch actually?
I got one.
You might.
Oh, okay. What do you think about the Super Mario 3D All Stars release?
I mean, I've played all these games on my stream in like the last year or so through emulator. So, I mean, it's like, I guess it seems like it's okay.
It's
If you haven't played those games in a decade.
That's kind of where I'm coming from too. Where like, you know what? If you haven't played these games in a while, you know, and honestly, for the amount of games, for the price, it's a pretty good deal as far as collections go. Especially because
where
like
else are you gonna buy it, right?
Because Nintendo stuff,
It's
like
Nintendo.
their first party games, like very rarely go on. So you might get like a couple bucks off, you know, here and there. So.
Look at these guys. Sigh, spoken like true casuals.
I'm definitely tempted to get it.
Like,
I will say this.
I would get it if I had a Switch.
Actually, I think it speaks to a bigger issue, and I don't know how deep I want to go into this, but I'll just throw the idea out there, and you guys talk about why I munch on these yummy talkies on the couch. But where are the other games? Like Nintendo's released like what 4 or 5 games this year? Like that's pretty low for them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I think their thing is because you can't really buy a Switch anywhere. They're probably just stalling out to release a lot of titles till next year when they have the supply back in, would be my thought.
Yeah, I think FetLife stopped people from buying Switches. Oh, Nintendo Switch.
Boom shakalaka! Boom shakalaka!
Somebody got the joke.
Let's see here. Andrew says, that's A Squared Game Reviews. I will buy it because Nintendo says jump, and I guess I fucking say how high. Or just, you know, empty your pockets in front of the altar that is Nintendo. Check says Keith Courage is fun, but not packing title. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. They went with Keith Courage because apparently this game tested better with boys and girls as opposed to, like, R-Type.
I mean, I can see that happening in this time, but man, like that's a rough thing to say.
Game over.
It's like imagine if the Turbografx came with
was the
R-Type.
pack-in game. Ugh.
I think R-Type,
We're
honestly,
going by
you would have
girl.
gotten the a lot of the hardcore arcade enthusiasts. But the fact they went with this one, it's amusing to me because like this game is it's just very Japanese and aesthetic and a lot of the design choices. Like, because you turn into a mecha later on, and they spent so much time trying to develop they're like, we're gonna make this a North American console. We're gonna redesign the shell and waste just a year's time.
And then just flush it all down the drain by putting like this Japanese AF game.
Yeah, it's like it's putting a game that literally like.
See, this is the thing. So you're saying that the reason that the TurboGrafx failed is because of girl gamers, fake gamer girls. This is why I'm rigged guy, man. Real gamers going their own way. Fuck this shit. Could have got R-Type. We could have been playing the fucking
Gorilla
TurboGrafx.
Jones earlier said TurboGrafx16 greater than 3 times CDI Kung Fu Fighting.
Power.
Man, this guy needs help.
So I do want to say this though, while everybody's like, dude, Alexander's hammered in the fucking chat. Something real's gonna come out. R-Type is a hard ass game, and I don't know if at the time it was released that people thought that R-Type was like this amazing game. Like now we talk about it, like it's awesome, but it's like, how many people are actually playing Battletoads? That's a hard ass game. It's like you get past the first level, it's like, all right, good job. Can you get past the second? No.
That was I tell you what, though, Battletoads was a phenomenon back then. It was so
because we didn't have anything else to do.
How dare you?
I'm just saying we didn't have like as kids like tablets and like the internet and all that stuff. So I think like you had more time as a kid to like. Sounds kind of silly to say you had more time as a kid back in my day. But you had
there's,
like
there's less TV to watch,
distractions.
less games to play.
Were you
So
were you
it's like,
around
what are you
during
gonna
my
do?
watching 90s commercial rant? Yeah, hell. That's basically what I was trying to. I agree with.
No, Jimmy, my world doesn't revolve around you.
Yeah, it does. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Dude, I
it
really
just
like the
happened.
graphics in this game.
But no, I will say, like, R-Type was a
It-
phenomenal game, and it drew quite a bit of
Trying to
attention.
find out federal building.
I mean, looking at it now it is, but I'm saying looking at it back then.
No, I mean, looking at it back then in terms of, like, if you just wanted a pack and title that could really push the system and demonstrate what it was capable of, this game is not the pack and title I would have chosen, just because it's not very appealing, the character doesn't really make much sense, and the fact that I needed Keith Courage from the original title, Wateroo.
What was the year that TG16 came out in the US?
89.
89.
Well, I'm just.
I mean, this
what
guy's
was
head
the
is
competition
a,
you were going up against?
The Sega Genesis, which beat them to the market by several weeks, and they were marketing
Yeah,
their
but
game,
you have no
Altered
idea
Beast.
what that looks like, though, right? Like all you're thinking about is the NES.
Well, yeah, that was their primary competition, but they already saw that the Genesis was coming
I'm
out.
just saying that when you're like, what were they thinking? It's like, well, the only thing that was out was the NES, and then they got blindsided.
No, I mean, in
by the
terms, no, I
Genesis.
wouldn't say what were they thinking. I just think it was interesting they chose this game over like an arcade, like an
Yeah.
established arcade franchise with a little known, unknown character because they were trying to get like what do you call that? A mascot for the console. But it was just
Ian,
an
do you
odd
think-
choice.
Ian, do you think that they should have just gone with the other Keith Courage game, Keith Courage in the beta cuck zone?
I take gender studies because I genuinely care about.
You really are working for G4 with Adam Sessler, aren't you? Yeah, hell. Are you moving to
We're
San
doing
Francisco
lines
sometime
right
soon? Or?
We're doing lines right now. So
How was your slate?
We're doing lines and not reading them. I mean,
Blurred lines.
but this just
but Jimmy, if I did somehow get, I'm sorry, go ahead, Ian.
no, you say.
I would say if I did somehow ever end up on G4 TV, I would fit in nonstop CDI references.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's expose you then, for sure. Let's just destroy this new G4. I'm gonna campaign to get you on G4. Yeah, just to destroy you.
Please just tell me what this
Give him
new
that.
G4 is,
Keith
because for
Courage
me,
in the New
G4 something
Testament.
happened like 20 years ago.
Oh, they're bringing it back. They have some of the original people. They're like Adam and stuff working on it.
Yeah, but it's not going to be the same because like everything Adam puts out is just like, man, like games suck now.
It really sucks. And also, that's
Yeah,
basically.
But Ian, I'm sorry. What were you saying earlier? Like when I cut you off, I feel like we keep over talking.
No, I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I think we were
He's pissed at
discussing back in the Genesis versus the TG16 type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think in terms of the titles they had available, I'm just thinking you had R-Type, you had a number of other titles that had pre-established arcade backbones. And this game was, they picked Wateroo, which is, it wasn't even like a well-known tie-in game in Japan. So it's just interesting. Because NEC America, shortest story, just
I mean, the other thing too that I'm
Didn't know
thinking
they
about is even if they knew about the Genesis, I mean, its launch titles were not that much better than what you're playing right now.
yeah. Well, essentially, with the Genesis, you had
I mean,
their,
like
their
from a
pack-in
visual
title being-
standpoint.
Oh yeah, visual standpoint. I mean, that's never been in question. That the TG16 visually, a lot of their games were graphically better than a lot of the early Genesis titles. Even some of the later Genesis titles, they still look better.
I don't know what convinced people to buy consoles back in the day, but like if you look at the ESA's data, like for as long as I've been looking at it since like 2005, like the number 1 or 2 reason why someone plays the game is because of graphics.
That was the most casual, super intense burp.
Hey man, it just like I just shoved like 4 tacos into my mouth.
No, I know.
While
it's
you
just-
got in
it's the way you
between.
kept- Usually people will like take a half a second to recover. But you just like it was no. I'm impressed.
Dude, here's the thing: when you do hill sprints, you got lung capacity, bruh.
yeah, but where your throat might be burning is more about. Alex, these Coors Lights are turning you into a different person. I don't know.
I know, it's amazing. Yeah, this is what happens when dude, I've been working a little harder than usual. I'm ready to
grab
kick back and to
a
have fun,
couple
man.
more
That's why I come
diet
here.
beers. So, I'll
So
be
Ian,
back.
how did? Okay,
This is
Yeah.
Ian, how does this control? Because I've never played this, but the jumping, it looks floaty.
I hate it so much. And I don't know. This game's always been rather awkward and clunky to me. Because like it's smoother in this one, but you still have a little bit of a float when you go forward and back in it. It's kind of weird when you're in the mech mode. Really odd.
Interesting. I'm not too crazy about the graphics on the before he gets in the suit or whatever, but once he's in the suit, it looks pretty good. Good
Oh
enough
man,
to
you
make-
rage quit that game real silently. Good job, man.
Let's see here.
Oh, I think your signal, yeah. it's on
One
YouTube.
sec here.
Oh wait, I thought I saw you lean forward like maybe you would rage quit.
Like
Because
very subtly.
the Turbografx16 in North America's primary signal out was a RF. I'm using a couple of conversion methods here to get the signal to my capture
This
device.
looks really good for RF. This is like the best.
Well,
RF signal
I have
I've
a
ever
so
seen.
well, here's the thing. So like the Turbografx in North America didn't come with a device natively that allowed for
Oh, you
composite
don't
out.
have like the
So
super
I'm-
thing in the back.
No, that was the what was it? That was the turbo module, which was like really expensive. But so I have a cheap $20 Hyperkin adapter, which allows for composite out, which is then going to a box which converts it to component.
I'm
then
sorry,
goes
you have
to
an
an
RF
OSSC.
to composite adapter from Hyperkin?
Yeah.
Dude, all right, we'll have to talk about like that later on because for my 2600 I could use one. Although I do have one of those Retron 77s.
Yeah, I don't know. 2600 is kind of that's a lost
Usually
story.
run
You
it through a
guys,
VC.
you guys.
But
need
this
to
is
change
a
the
special Hyperkin adapter that goes through. It's just a device. It's like a thing that's molded to the plug on the back of the Turbografx.
Nice.
You guys need to change the subject real fast before I start talking about front porch and back porch and NTSC standards and shit. You know.
Well, no, I'm just talking about that because of just being a pain in the ass to get Turbografx to work at times.
Yeah.
I need to get
if it's a
my.
pain in the ass, just use the front porch.
Zing, yeah.
Yeah.
So I am not familiar with the Turbografx16 hardware. I mean, I have played it a couple times, but like I never like went like, oh, how do you plug this thing up? You know. I mean, the system seems like it's pretty reliable. Like you shove a Hue card, you turn it on, like it just goes.
Oh no, the system works great. It's pretty reliable.
it's
It's
the
just
alpha
it's
zone.
the
It's
it's
just
just
the
the video
video
it's just the
options are
video
bad.
options. You're stuck with RF primarily,
I'm sure
unless you
Bob
want
is
to.
like
Nothing
30
other than
bucks.
RF on built into the system.
No, nothing built in. So that's that's half the reason the Turbografx failed. Because you had to buy fucking adapters for everything for it. So like
Because
one
NBC is like,
controller
get
port.
paid.
So if
Did
you
I
want,
tell you
yeah.
guys that Bob helped me get like a Genesis 3 with the triple bypass and like the 32X support?
Yeah, you were saying
What?
that.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yes.
man.
So I've
You
got a
got
Genesis 3 with 32X. That's why I was asking like Genovi a few weeks ago, like, hey, will the Mega SD like work without actually being connected to the CD-ROM thing or whatever? So like, yeah, I might get a Mega SD that just make the Genesis 3 like my all-in-one. Oh, and they like re-enable like stereo out on it too. So yeah, it's like basically best of everything.
That seems pretty legit, man.
Spend $8,000 on the FrameMeister. Need to do that.
See, here's the problem. Y'all guys are pros because you'll play on real hardware, and like I'm scared shitless to play live on real hardware because like without rewind, I'm like, fuck, man. I'll be on the same level like all day.
I mean, I think Ian streams on real hardware way more than I do. Like I tend to emulate a lot, especially if I'm gonna play with somebody else.
Yeah, but you don't rewind. Like you just play it as if it's like.
Well, on Pepsi Man, you did.
yeah, if Ian and I are like playing together, like through a game or whatever, or if I'm real drunk, if I'm emulating, I'll do save states for sure.
Okay. Yeah, like I was like, hey, we always joke about it on my stream because it's just like there was some Twitter slap fight between like 10 people, and everybody like, and then the news turns it into like, oh no, the whole internet's upset about this. Like, no, there's like 10 people upset about this, but it was like the guy was like, hey man, if you didn't play without save states or rewind, you didn't beat the game.
I
Well,
remember
the thing
that
but when you're streaming, I look at it as like, hey man, like you're here to have a good time, and especially like a Nintendo game that, or something, like a 16-bit era game or something that, like, I know, oh, if I was sober, I could beat this in a couple hours, but I'm drunk.
There's no
so...
way I could beat it when I'm sober either, because it's just like, it just takes practice. Like, I don't have that kind of time to dump into a game anymore.
I just think if I can get through to the end with save states, people would rather see the whole game through just for fun on a stream, so I don't take it too serious. Like, if I'm playing offline by myself, okay, I'll probably not use save states as often, but...
Yeah, so
Yeah,
apparently,
I would still do the same thing, man.
interrupt your conversation
these
here.
days.
Interrupt your conversation here. Rex is saying apparently for like $15 you need an S-Video mod for 2600 or 7800.
Yeah, but like...
Can you
I
solder?
have to solder it.
Yeah.
that requires me
I could do it. Those old systems have pretty large points on them.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, it's actually probably like a beginner soldering. I should learn how to solder.
It's not hard, man. Like, you get the flux, you get the solder brain.
Do you know how to solder, Ian?
Poorly.
I mean, better than me.
Am I the only one that has a dad that's just like, yeah, I've like repaired radars in the military?
My dad told me he hates two things in life: heat and metal.
You should for his birthday, you should get him the most metal gift of all.
He's a very particular man. He anytime we grilled, he would use like a plastic grill, and anyways, those hot dogs didn't taste.
He's just like, my dad just sous vide everything.
My dad just throws the hot dogs on the fire.
Oh man, there's some people asking
you have
me.
Splatterhouse.
Yeah. I'm gonna refill my drink. I'll be right back. Hang on.
All right. I feel like we're like over talking Ian.
That's okay. It feels like it, but we're not. It's his stream.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Fuck
like,
in.
no, what I'm
Jimmy?
saying is that like when he talks on stream, like he doesn't get cut off, but it's just like it's Skype just being like, oh, you're all being cut off. Like that's why we should switch to the Discord, man.
Dude, Discord sucks.
No, Discord doesn't suck. Discord has full duplex across the whole thing.
I would say, well, you know what? If you guys go Discord, you count me out. That might actually be like an encouraging thing for most of you.
It's like, oh man, the sub count and the watch count, it keeps going up. What's going on?
Yeah, no, suddenly there's like $500 super chats. Like, go to Discord.
It's like we become the positivity stream, basically.
Very positive.
We'd be very positive, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Ian about some of his Jacob's Ladder stuff when he comes back. Let's all ask Ian some questions.
So Jimmy,
Yeah.
what's next on deck?
Past.
Oh man, no. Jimmy, what's next on deck for what you're doing?
Well, after I rejected a G4 TV, we're gonna go back into just I'm gonna probably do like a shout out type. I was gonna do like a stupid pickups video, but maybe that shout out video, a couple of 7-year thingy streams, and I got some more demos coming in. So I don't really need anything more, but I think
like
the more
demo
the merrier.
discs or like protos.
Yeah. Like demo discs and like some like quote unquote rare demo discs. Just talking about that. I did go to a national monument and did some box footage there for something that I might want to do in the future. So I don't know.
Cool.
We'll see. Be fun.
The one thing is about those demo discs, especially in the PlayStation era, because they were like really critical to have back then. I remember at Volition we had like I want to say like 100 CD catalog of demo discs, and it was from like 2 different magazines. They basically bought every one, and they were looking at them because they were like, oh, we need to port games, and then they ported Descent to the PlayStation. They were like, nope, this is dumb. We're never going to do that again. And then when THQ ended up buying them on like 99 or 2000, they were like, all right, you're going to do all console development. And then they just basically got a PS2, and they were like, yep, we're switching everything over to PS2 development. And they had to hire people that knew Japanese because like nobody knew how to read the docs. Yeah, all the docs are all Japanese, you know.
You're telling me they didn't know how to feel their emotions to work with the emotion engine?
Yeah, that's basically, yeah.
Yeah, the emotion engine.
I'll have you know that Japan banned the export of PS2s to Iraq because they were using it as supercomputers to fire Scuds.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's a true story.
No, it's a complete PS2 propaganda. It's completely fake.
No, actually, it's true because one of my good friends was Monica Lewinsky. To Saddam Hussein. Yeah, my Jewish American princess.
But talking
Recap,
about the
back
PlayStation 3 and PS4, Mark Cerny did say that the PS3 had better audio processing capabilities because of all the SPUs. Because they're all basic. There's like 7 audio DSPs basically on his PlayStation 3, and on PlayStation 4 it was all general CPU stuff.
I never realized that the hearts in this game are like actual hearts.
They're actual hearts, yeah. Isn't that great?
Yeah, I freaking love Splatterhouse.
It's pretty nice touch.
Yeah. Ian, what's your ETA with the Jacob's Ladder versus Jacob's Ladder?
I'm hoping to have like some rough cut by the end of this weekend. But I don't know. I'm not like
2-3 weeks for the final.
Maybe it'd probably be faster than that actually. I'm trying to justify myself if I want to drive to an army movie theater to do a 4-second joke.
Dude, the army movie theaters were the best back in the day. Like just watching a movie with all the GIs in there, like
well, they're
yelling
they're all closed right now. But yeah, so I was like, but I have access to one where I can just sit in the audience and just make a joke.
You can just be there by yourself.
Yeah, and just make
like,
a joke. My signal went out. Crap. And
So funny thing is actually Dolby. We have like screening rooms around the country. And I did get to
couch type thing, or
no, just for like directors so they can see what their movie looks like on a Dolby stuff.
Gonna be in the next Starship Commander.
Well, here's the thing. Like the stuff that Dolby makes is like, it's kind of one of a kind unless you want to have like a $500,000 projector in your studio. It's easier just to like kind of go down the street and be like, can you screen our movie for us so we can like watch it and see, you know, if the work that we've done actually looks good. And they use them for color grading as well. They'll like make movies and then say like, okay, we're gonna make sure the movie looks good.
Obviously, that helps like bolster like Dolby's partnership with them and industry partners. Pretty smart.
Yeah, but I got to hang out in the movie theater with like maybe like 4 other guys, and it was just like, hey, we're gonna watch a movie, and it was like, well, what do you want to watch? Because it's Oscar season. And they had all the movies there, and we could just watch them. And I was like, just scrolling through, and it's like, okay, I haven't heard. Oh, Sonic movie, I haven't seen that yet. I want to see that. It's like, dude, this movie is so bad. You don't want to watch it. You want to watch 1917. And we put on 1917. It was like a Friday afternoon. I was in LA. It was pretty hyped. And then after the movie was over, it's like, I'm depressed and don't want to do anything anymore. Fucking ruined my mood. And then like months later, I rented the Sonic movie at home because I was like, dude, how bad could it be? And I watched it and I was like, dude, that was fucking hype. I was happy. I wanted to
Ian was
go
about
out
to kick
and
you off the stream. He was like, wait a sec, were you talking shit about the Sonic movie? You like that? That was a father-daughter bonding time.
Yeah, it was great.
I was like, this movie's fun.
I don't know.
It didn't make me depressed at the end. So congratulations.
It was a competent film. That's all I can say. I enjoyed it.
Like,
do you say
it's
that,
a movie.
Do you say that though with the knowing that it's like the nice-looking Sonic and not the fucking nightmare
thank God!
Sonic?
It would.
Do you think that your opinion would be different?
Oh yeah. If it had been the Nightmare Sonic, I wouldn't have taken my daughter to it. That's for sure. I'd have been like, no, you're not seeing that shit. Because the funny thing is, because my daughter, I didn't even tell her who Sonic. Yeah, I didn't even tell my daughter who Sonic was, and she knew who he was. And so I'm just like, okay. So if we went to the theater and watched it that way, she'd be like, what the fuck is that?
So do you guys like buy into the conspiracy that like they put it out like as the things they knew people would have backlash and like we're already ready to
I don't buy
into
that
it because I know the VFX people who are just like, we fucking crunched forever and we hated our lives.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things where like having seen stuff movie producers
that were ruined by by fans being like, that Sonic sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where like producers meddle in everything, and I'm sure some producer was like, no, we got to make it look real, and then the other people were like, come on.
I mean, the movie got delayed, so
yeah, because that was just awful.
I wasn't really crazy about the movie. I will say the last 20 minutes or so of it like almost saved it for me, but
it was fine. Here's the thing: if I
was a kid, I would have liked it. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Here's the thing: you probably get to watch a movie more than like 2 or 3 times a year. When you only get to watch a movie 2 or 3 times a year because you're so fucking busy, the Sonic movie comes around, it's like, hey, I didn't feel like fucking shit at the end of it. This is great. I have low expectations for movies, okay?
Could you imagine though if that movie came out in like the mid early '90s and Raul Julia, that was his last performance as Dr. Robotnik
That would've been
instead
beautiful.
of Bison? That would be awesome. Hamming it up.
Yeah,
Sonic?
it would've been all right.
I haven't seen the Sonic movie, but you know, if I see it, if I can ever go on an airplane again to insult the CDI to Yahel's face one more time before I
Look,
die.
Here's the thing. You will be able to get on an
if it's on
airplane
I'll
again,
watch it.
and everything's gonna be fine. Like, look, things will return to normal. It is a matter of time.
I'm not
Patience.
a panicker of this stuff. I think it's, you know, it is
Patience,
it is
yeah.
what it is. You know,
Here's
it'll be
the
fine.
thing. Like, when
I will
you've
be
made a game
insulting the
before,
CDI to Yahel's face next year. I'm confident.
when you've made a game, patience is easy to come by because it's like game cycles are now like 3 to 5 years long, and it's just like, hey, I'm gonna start on this thing, and 3 to 5 years from now, it will ship. And you're just coming in every day,
crazy.
just doing one little thing every day, and it's like, okay, we're working towards it, and you know, it was just like the work that I was doing on Starship. It was like I'm releasing all these videos, and like, yeah, the payoff is great, but like I've been working on those things for like 10 months.
Yeah,
that's
What
it
about the
takes to
wizard?
have a-
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a tough stage, but
Yeah, this one's rough.
but I will say, Alex, though, like the quality of the videos you guys have been putting out in anticipation of the Steam launch, man, like you can tell like a lot of hard work and love was put into those. They look like I DM'd you like a couple of weeks ago when you had like sent me like a rough cut of one of them or something like that. I was like, hey man, if this sucked, as a good friend, I would tell you. And I was like genuinely impressed. I was even like telling Lainey like, yo, we gotta watch it. You gotta watch this. Like, it's so good. Like, I was like, not surprised that you did a good job, but just proud of you as a friend. You know.
That's great. That's good. Well, then that means I didn't spend the last 8 months of my free time going like, oh man, I shipped a thing that sucks. Like, nobody wakes up and says they want to ship a thing that sucks. But you know, it takes some. It takes. Here's the difference between shipping something that sucks and shipping something that doesn't. Do you have the time to make it right? Because you'll just look at it and be like, hey, something's not right, and then you just keep iterating on it till it's good. And that's what it took us. Like, I don't know if did I show you the edit of the documentary when it was like just all talking heads, like maybe like 6 or 7 months ago?
You sent me a video that I want to say it wasn't. I think
it was maybe
under
like
10
15 minutes. Yeah, it was like 15 minutes. Like, hey, does this make sense as an intro?
Yeah, I think you did send it to me. I want to say it was yeah, maybe like 10 to 15, maybe like 13 minutes, something like that. But yeah, I remember, and I was like, yeah, this is looking pretty damn good.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you're like, yeah, it looks good. I was like, yeah, don't tell me it's good. Tell me where it sucks, because I'm trying to make this. Because that's the thing. Like, when you're deep into like doing any of this type of work, like, you don't know what sucks because you have to spend a few days away from it.
You did tell me because you did send it to me because I remember now. I was like, oh, maybe some like more B-roll or something like that, and it was like, oh, well, I haven't like shot it all yet. Because we did talk about it. I remember now.
Yeah, so like the thing is the process takes a long time, and like,
Murder by
you know,
chair.
you've got all this footage. It's unscripted. You like
your ass.
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking chair.
I was trying to
That
cheese it.
fucking
Yeah,
chair.
so sorry. The stage looks fucking intense.
Well, the other thing is you can't really, like, because, like, the floor bounces at times, so if you, like, time your jump wrong, it doesn't let you jump.
That's
Oh, it eats your
crazy.
inputs? Oh, that's so bad.
That's such a cool mechanic for when this game was released, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's frustrating as fuck, which is why you gotta cut it, man.
This chair's not really like responding to
You
the
know-
physics of the act.
It's one of those things where, like, the game developers didn't care about people's feelings back then. They're like, no, we want people to struggle with this and play more.
Man, I'm very impressed by these wine glasses' ability to stay on the shelf. Why are there 8 wine glasses in the upper right-hand corner?
Well, because they're
shelf?
gonna have a fucking party, man. These people
Alright.
like to party.
It's weird. I guess just 8 people are having a party.
when your 7 friends come over and you're like punching pie, you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty pretty nutty looking.
This guy can
fighting
throw
flying
like
knives.
60 punches a second. Jesus Christ.
Look at the controller's got built-in turbo.
Oh,
Does-
nice.
Oh, damn it, the painting got me. Ah,
Does his mask always match the level?
it's a demon mask, so I think it's always purple typically.
Or that was like a prince. You know, like, and Alex, I just started thinking about this because of your video about like DOS influences on Starship Commander. Like this actual like area right now, aside from the balancing, looks like something you'd see in LucasArts like adventure game almost.
Damn it.
Yeah, it looks like an 80s adventure game, but probably a lot of that has to do with the fact that the tools to make this stuff, it's like there's deluxe paint on the Amiga and like that's it.
It's not
John
the-
Rogers wants to watch Absolutely Rose Street again. I would
he's
like
been
to
asking
too.
me
I'd
for
like to do it
weeks,
more than
man.
once a year.
What was that?
I know. I really gotta do the stream. I just like I'm like every time like I'm gonna go do the stream, I'm just like I should just work on the video.
Well, that's the thing. Like for me, it was like I was thinking like, oh man, I should be man, I was like, how much further ahead would I be had I just like taken every Saturday working on my video instead of streaming? And I was like, no, man, like I like hanging out with
gotta have
everybody.
fun,
like,
though, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're having fun, and at the end of the day,
Quality of life.
yeah, exactly.
Nah.
Not this. Not yeah. Hal actually doesn't really even like video games. He's just trying to get paid.
Yeah, I'm just
He's
trying-
actually
I'm just
he's
trying to
using it
become
as a way to
millionaire.
he's using it as a way to get the CDI mainstream, and that way he can bring it into his wrestling act.
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing. CDI Mini or FPGA CDI. Like, here's the thing. As soon as there's an open source emulator that doesn't suck and it's got not GPL3 but like BSD license, there will be like, oh, now I can buy a CDI Mini or buy a CDI emulator or buy a CDI something. Until then, it is no go because there's not an emulator out there for it.
I feel like if I hadn't really gotten like so far into the deep end of like editing, because before I started like doing my channel, like I was considering getting, because I learned like how to like program in C like eons ago, but like I mean I'm talking like late 90s, early 2000s. Like I don't like fucking remember anything, but I was like, oh, maybe I should get back into that. But instead I got into like fucking videos and editing, and I was like, you know what, if I had it, maybe I could have been the one to build a good CDI emulator.
I will say this:
Could've
the only
been that guy,
people that
yeah.
are doing C++ are like video game engine stuff, where things have to operate off like the absolute max extremes of the hardware. Like, I'm pretty sure that someone will write a CDI emulator that's great, and it'll be in JavaScript. And like these guys are like, what the fuck? Why is it in JavaScript? Fuck! But it won't matter because it'll run on everything.
Ian, what's the furthest you've gotten into this game?
Oh, God, there's like a later sequence where you're like fighting wolves and some random big demon. Like it's a bit further.
Oh,
How are you
Jonathan G.
fighting
with
two
the-
shotgun hand guy?
Yeah, shotgun hand guy. That's what it was.
That guy sucks.
Activate.
Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna catch up back with this chat here. Jimmy Hoppa wrote "Sauna in the house." That's crazy, but awesome. That was like the
One
tone that he
sec.
meant.
Is that how you?
I
is
wish
that how
I had a place to have a proper weight training exercise bike setup. Jimmy Inigo Montoya wrote, "Jimmy, leave my badge splasher alone."
That's from an earlier thing. I actually addressed that too. I don't know if you saw it or not. I will not. Because Japanese toilets have vag splashers, okay? Come on.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's
but it is,
cultural.
Activated complex store. I've got the ghetto version, weight bench, one of those exercise packs that's just the pedals and magnetic resistance, and a fold-out tent version of a steam sauna, all cheap and compact. Oh, Jonathan Giro, I've been really impressed with how well Starship Commander recognizes voice input. I don't have to talk unnaturally to prog. Well, apparently I talk. unnaturally.
To progress.
Right now, I can't play Starship
Too
Commander.
many martinis.
I don't have to talk unnaturally to progress through the game, and it helps a ton with immersion.
Well, look, here's at the end of the day, I just hope that people go and say, hey, I want this in a game. I want to be able to talk to a person in a game. And someone can point to something and be like, well, look, if these indie guys can do it, then you can do it with $50 million. Come on, what are you waiting for?
Ian.
If I had $50 million, it would just be a,
Rich motherfucker.
just a big island with a bunch of cocaine.
Yeah, if you had $50 million, you'd have a game that could barely compete in the market these days. Jeez, like
No, I would
kills me.
take 50, and then I would just crowdsource the rest and lie about making the game.
The thing is, like, $50 million barely makes like a decent game, and it's like, yeah, now you've got this thing that nobody cares about because you can't market it. So you need another 50 million, and then people will review your game and be like, this game is garbage and bullshit because look at this other game that cost $60, not knowing that they spent $100 million on it, and then they go, oh man, this game is so much better. I'd rather buy this for $60 than that, and that's the problem with pricing every game. It's the same.
Damn it, you're doing good, man.
Ah!
Uh,
The painting always. Painting gets me.
painting?
The painting gets me.
Fucking painting every time.
It's always the painting.
Jump kick that motherfucker.
I mean, you gotta jump kick the painting.
Jump kick that bitch. Or find a sweet spot.
Thanks for the stream. I'll catch you later, man. Action.
Later action. Missouri College test positive. Oh, good lord. Students are 7,000 plus Missouri College students test positive for COVID. Well, that's what happens when they have National Coof in Your Friend's Mouth Day. One Starship Commander meets the Last Express. Is that an old FMV game on like PS1? I'm not sure though. Also, Colin, hi.
Oh, maybe he's thinking of The Last Ride on CDI.
Oh yeah, the procedurally generated roller coaster game
Yeah.
Oh.
where you fight a giant bat using a flamethrower. It's pretty great.
The Last Ride, also known as a Undertaker move. Well, Doom is coming to video games. Yes, and it comes every year. When is your Doom is coming to video game stream?
It's supposed to be. Usually I do it in July, but I've just been haven't done it because I've been worried about doing this video. But I don't know. I'm sure one of these like weekends I'll like randomly throw it on.
Yeah, man. When you do Absolute Roast
painting.
Street, let me know. Just let me know.
Will do.
Alex, one of the original actors in
Yeah.
Sorry, Antique.
Am I the Doom is coming to video games?
What's that again?
Sorry, Activated Complex. This is the weirdest video game adaptation of Antique Roadshow I've ever seen.
Welcome to
Wanna
Antiques
make me-
Roadshow.
I'll have you know that 2x4 he's holding is actually from the Civil War and worth $400,000.
Pawn Stars. You're actually playing as Chum Lee.
Also, isn't his name Marky Mark or whatever? Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, his name's Mark Wahlberg on the show. Yeah.
Really?
What?
On Antiques
Yeah,
Roadshow?
Antiques Roadshow. It's like, hi, I'm Mark Wahlberg,
Mark
and it's just like, wait,
Wahlberg.
what?
Yeah. And this is my brother Donnie Wahlberg.
The weakest
what?
of the Wahlbergs.
Oh, damn. He was good in that show Boomtown.
Why you gotta be that way, man?
It's okay.
He does look.
He's scraping by on a salary from that Law and Order spin-off show. It's okay.
Donnie Wahlberg was like the kind of guy who tried to date your daughter when she's in like the first grade. So fuck Donnie Wahlberg and anybody who looks like him. And also fuck Hitler because we have to mention Hitler at least.
Oh yeah, at least once in the stream, yeah. Gonna go take off the number of Hitler incidents, put it back down
Yeah,
to
I was
0.
upset that it was fuck Hitler because you know how it is.
This is why I don't get notifications for this stream.
I guess so. I mean, it's been. I don't ever.
Dude,
get
Google knows what you're saying on this stuff. Google's speech to text is so fucking good.
Well, that's why people are like, oh, you can't say COVID, you can't say coronavirus, you have to say global situation.
Yeah, you just say.
So stupid. Fuck that one. Dude, I wish Blip would have won the fucking Stream Wars. I wish Ian was like the fucking PewDiePie of Blip.
Oh, that'd be great.
I could ride on your fucking coattails instead of your hells, which sucks.
There's a parallel reality somewhere where Blip worked out.
Yep.
Video streaming services don't work unless you have a huge ass ad network. But by the way, instead of talking about that, John Rogers like, who's the name of Discount Vanilla Ice on Absolute Rose Street?
Alex Mejia.
I'll take that. I'll take that. That kid looked like he worked out.
See his abs through his shirt. Donnie was.
Wait. When Jimmy, when we met up at Purge, you called me this guy who was like an investor. What was his name?
What?
You were just there was a guy who did all these investment ads on YouTube and
Knowledge.
You're fucking Ty Lopez.
Yeah, he was like, dude,
Knowledge.
you're Ty Lopez. And the funny thing is, I never even knew who Ty Lopez was until like there's this video that came across my feed. It's like, who is Ty Lopez and why did he do this? And I watched. I was like, oh, dude, I do look kind of like him.
Yeah. Well,
you should just do spoof videos of Ty Lopez.
Should.
Instead, I'll just be like, "Hey, you want to be broke? Get into game development,
No,
kids."
you do the exact same video, except behind you, you're in a cardboard box with like a burned out VW Bug behind you. I care about knowledge, and it's just like a bunch of like Playboy mags or something like that behind you. Just.
I do have the what was it, Jennifer Flowers magazine for Penthouse. Like some dude gave it to me. He's like, dude, this is gonna be worth a lot of money someday. I was like, who is this? And then I had to like look it up on Wikipedia.
She was in one of the WrestleManias. I remember.
Jennifer Flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's because of the whole Clinton thing.
We gotta get you to like.
Can't
Alex once
punch
complained
fast.
to me that I don't make fun of him as much as everybody else. So, Ty Lopez. I think what was the one thing? Yeah, AC Slater. And Tommy Tallarico's Love Child. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, well, I showed you pictures of me and Tommy Tallarico, and like I'm like towering
He's
over
like,
him. You know how tall he actually is.
Yeah.
He's dude, like that picture of him. Like I'm kind of surprised when I saw the Amico stuff. I was like, dude, you aged a little bit, and like that's fine because like I realized that like when I met him, it was almost 20 years ago.
Damn, man, that is crazy. Yeah.
Believe it or not, here at Amico Entertainment, a little bit of Tommy's soul is put into every single Amico you purchase. So just remember, after we make the 666,000 unit, Tommy's everywhere.
Here's the thing: you can make fun of Tommy as much as you want, but he's putting his heart and soul in it.
Oh no,
like,
I'm not. I'm
he
just
believes
thinking.
in it 100%, and that alone should
Don't
make
say it.
you say like, all right, we should take a look at this because this guy's pouring everything he's got into it.
Don't say his name 4 more times, otherwise he's obligated to appear here and do an interview, pitching the Amico. So be careful.
I gotta say real quick, just catching up on the chat. Seven Beetle, Blip took out everyone at Channel Austin, but Doug Walker and Brad Jones. Good, the only 2 good ones. And I guess Larry Buddy Jr., who's an official, I guess a non-official official member. No one makes fun of you, and it's awesome. Shut the fuck up, Colin. You are a fucking discount Montgomery Ward branded, as we discovered, branded version of modern vintage gamer. So you can go fuck yourself, you Aussie piece of shit. There you go. That's it for making fun of you. Jennifer Flowers main evented WrestleMania with Hogan and Roddy Piper with Orndorff. Okay.
I think she did like an interview, like a backstage interview or something.
Did she get hit with a table or a chair?
Maybe she was ringside. No, I don't think
this was not the generation of tables and chairs, thank God. This is back when wrestling was good.
Okay.
Before London
It
Ice,
real.
fucking bastard.
Tables and chairs is pretty good to me.
It was about the sport, Alex.
This is before
When
guys
somebody
like
gets hit with somebody gets hit with a metal chair, like I'm like, oh, like it doesn't matter. Like I mean, these guys learn how to take the metal chair, like pretty good.
Ian, have you ever beaten this game?
No.
You can do it.
No. I believe in you. You can do this.
You know what? Here's the thing: you'd be on like level 10 if you had rewind. Just saying.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be authentic.
But then you would have never played the game.
No, I mean I'm not trying to be elitist or anything. I just like original hardware, and I'm like, I'm sure my life would probably be a lot easier if I liked emulation.
Yeah. I love emulation just because like it hides the fact that you haven't played the game for 10 years.
Nobody look.
It's definitely a lot more convenient for streaming and for most stuff like older stuff, especially like 8-bit, 16-bit era stuff. It's so good.
But I like running my video through several adapters to make this happen.
Wait,
dude. Even when
you can't talk about running video.
When we played Dreamcast, emulated.
Just because I'm enjoying it here in 16.9, and apparently some of you had problems with me punishing other people with it.
I don't know. It looks like it's 4x3 to me. It looks like
he's running 69 on his television like a
monster.
Yeah.
Well, it's the input lag that's killing him. He needs to turn on the game mode.
No,
on that
well, no,
shit.
I'm using OS,
No,
an
he's
OSSC.
got
There is no
OSSC.
input lag for the most part.
No, the TV. If you said it's widescreen, then your
Oh.
TV is like garbage and adding probably like 80 milliseconds of lag.
It's very straight. Yeah. That's one thing too. Like playing on that PVM, it's like, oh my god, there's no input lag, and it's
Yeah.
beautiful, and everything looks awesome. And it's
Here's the
highest
thing, like
quality.
we got spoiled so hard by those old retro consoles because, like, hey, this line that's being drawn was like that's the thing on the console. There was no frame buffer. You didn't have to like draw the
Yeah.
whole frame, send it over to the TV, wait for the TV to process it, and then throw it up on screen. It's like, no, you were controlling the fucking laser gun in the back of the television, dude.
Yeah. You know, what
And
sucks
so
though,
like
that
we got spoiled by that.
Oh,
I definitely did.
got it. Got the painting.
Oh fuck yeah! You finally
Whoa,
did it.
Matoya, what's up?
Nice.
And also, you didn't
Oh
even
no, I
go
didn't.
back to
I didn't pay attention to the chandelier. Oh,
Oh
no.
my god.
I forgot about the chandelier. Damn it!
You idiot! I'm gonna.
Ah,
I'm gonna
so
fight
great.
Ego.
That is so
oh, God,
great.
I thought you got it. When I'm gonna fight
Enigma.
Ego Montoya, Princess
Jimmy
Bride
Z.
style. You watch, man.
Oh my god.
Watch,
I can't
bro.
believe that just.
I think I blame Inigo Montoya for distracting you.
Why does your right calf have like a butt on it?
How dare you?
Now it's your left calf. Like the front calf always has like a butt on the back leg. Very weird.
I just like the fact that he can punch like about 60 times a second. It's great.
It's very normal.
Yeah, how dare you ask questions in the chat?
The longest running YouTuber that I watch, probably Lazy Game Review, because he's been doing stuff for like over 10
Yeah, he's
years.
been doing it for a long time. Yeah. I think mine's probably because I still watch like some of the stuff like
Gamer, I guess.
ABGN does on the channel.
God.
I blocked the channel after he destroyed a CD32. I'm sorry. I can't support that.
It's probably like a broken one or something.
Apparently he destroyed a 32X as well, and I was just like,
Oh, a long
what?
time ago. That was back before that was like wait, there aren't that many of those anymore.
Just gonna, just put this out here. He's a personal friend of mine, so the happy console gamer. Yeah. I do have his digits. Okay. Yeah, I guess he's probably the
Yeah, how long
oldest.
has he been doing it?
AVGN, dude, like since before YouTube even began, because his stuff was on GameTrailers.com.
They were saying
Oh,
happy
I
console
mean
gamer.
happy console gamer, but
Well, he's been doing it for over 10 years, yeah.
yeah,
He was doing
2008
it.
looks like
Yeah,
as when he joins the channel.
That's the thing, like, for me, I never even thought that YouTube would be like a thing that you could make money on until maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was like after everybody was making a ton of money off of it already, you know?
Yeah, I wish I would really. You know what's funny is because like mine actually says I joined in 2006.
Yeah, I have a 2006 as well because one of my ex-girlfriends who was like, "You need to join YouTube and also be my friend on YouTube." I was like, "Okay."
Oh, back when
So I
you
took-
Stage
my
3,
dick
you're on
between my
stage
legs,
3?
followed
How long have you
tail.
been playing this game for? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh shit. Yeah, well, he's also like
Hey,
ordering
Johnny Graphics, what's up, man?
something online. Also, Dreamcast has native 16:9 support. John artists don't propagate lies. It has native 1080p.
No, dude, you know it's full 1080p.
Yeah, full 1080p.
Before the standard is even made, they create Sega created
Double up
1080p.
shotguns. Hell yeah. This is the level with the fucking shotgun arm, dude. Which sucks. I mean, it's a great level, but
this guy looks like he's got like big.
No.
Uh,
No.
let me ask you, Ian.
Yeah.
I noticed your dude, your masked dude, fake Jason, gets the Invisibles. Are you not running this through 60?
Holy
at
shit,
60
that's
frames per second?
Wait.
oh, I
What-
thought
sorry,
it was
what'd you say,
an
Jimmy?
insta-kill.
Oh, are you doing this 30 frames per second?
Yeah,
instead of
his stream has
60
always
frames?
been 30 frames per second because
What is
that's why
that?
it looks good. Stats for nerds, bro.
Oh yeah, it should be
I
30.
do 30
it should be
as well.
30 1080p is what it should be.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
yeah,
that's
just
why
asking.
the flicker is like, oh, he's disappeared.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get like a capture card that does 60 frames because I just hate the disappearing thing. For
Yeah,
a lot
so
of games.
the capture card I have does 60, but I just don't think I'm forcing the stream to output that way. But yeah,
Just asking. Crouch kick the water dudes, yes.
Activated Complex here says there's a channel I follow with the low-key, unassuming title of Peninsula Seniors Videos, or something like that. Do they fuck? But it's the former test pilots and test pilots of astronauts telling stories. Okay, that sounds cool. That just sounds like an old folks home where it's like, welcome to Peninsula Seniors, and it's like some fucking like, hey, you here for the gangbang?
Are you here for the Metal Jesus convention? Some nice hidden gems in here.
So,
Dude, all right, I'm sorry. We
It's
need
chainsaw guy.
I can't wait
chainsaw.
for
Sorry.
Portland Retro
Shocking.
Gaming to come back. We need to get
Well,
back together and like play some
No,
games.
we're not doing Portland Retro Game. We're doing Jimmy Con in Vegas. Okay.
Jimmy Con in
All
Vegas.
proceeds go to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. The wildest seniors around.
where's this guy working out? Because
Also-
obviously he's not doing
Chainsaw.
this body weight exercises.
Yep.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to put down those chainsaws if you want to use our equipment.
Vegas is all right, but like, man, I just feel like, man, I'm just wasting money. Unless I'm hanging out with some friends and having some cheap drinks at like the penny slots or something. It's like, fuck, man.
Man, I've never been.
I was gonna say Johnny Graphics has a the deets on the strategy you should be using. Double shotgunning.
Double
Like,
shotgun, not Chun-Liing his kneecaps.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's chainsaw hands. Bullshit.
Does it make a little chainsaw
But
sound
he's
like,
also got a thing over
every
his
time
head.
he
He can't
swings?
There's gotta be some cheat codes or something. Let's.
Yeah, Andrew, at some point we need to, man. That'd be great. Yeah, for those who don't know, Andrew from A Squared Gaming Reviews, he has a great series he does called Left on Laserdisc, where he digs up just really old Laserdisc movies or horror movies and stuff that have been left on just the Laserdisc format.
Oh,
And it
that
has some
sounds
just
like
great. It has just some great videos on those.
Why don't you guys stop being bitches? Come over here to Japan. We'll do like the real fucking like convention here.
What's
We'll
the
go to
real
Maid
fucking
Cafe.
convention?
Dude, we'll be doing blowing Akihabara. We'll be fucking maids. We're doing all that crazy shit. Man. We fucking cutting off our pinkies for the
Come
Yakuza.
on over to
Oh,
Jimmy Car.
So the only
Jimmy,
code.
how close to Tokyo do you live?
I'm like an hour and a half Shinkansen ride away, so it's far and expensive. But I mean, one night only.
I mean,
also,
like-
Yahel's got codes for this game.
How the hell do you outrange this
Well,
guy?
there's only one code, and it's to unlock a hard mode. So
Let's try that and let's beat this.
There is a
level.
level select actually.
And done. All right, let's switch games.
Nice.
Okay.
What,
You know what's
what I'm
weird?
just
Like, the
saying,
first time I played
Jimmy.
Splatterhouse, I actually got past this guy on my first try.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
then
good,
after
good
that,
job.
it's like he's
Good
the
job.
hardest
You're
guy.
fucking amazing. Yeah, we know.
No, I'm not amazing.
I got
I'm not
past
amazing, I'm
that,
just
and I
S
didn't
tier.
speak English.
The messiah of gaming.
Or I
What can
didn't.
say?
Now somebody put a straitjacket on this guy. He's out of control.
Yeah, hell, stop being crazy. God, man.
No, but Jimmy, what I was saying is that at some point, when travel resumes, I mean, me going to Japan doesn't seem out of the question.
I will come on, hang out with you.
Yeah, we should figure out something because like I'll probably be in Tokyo because
Yeah,
I
no,
can't imagine
we
too
should-
many other game studios being outside of there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll pay
I-
for the train ticket.
I've been
Classic
wanting to. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I've been wanting
You wanna
to
be coming,
go to
right?
Japan for a while, so yeah, maybe we can all,
Let's all figure it
the
out.
timing, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that way we're not monopolizing your time like on separate occasions. Ian, is this
It is.
pornographic?
I don't get paid a lot, so.
Yeah. Hope you're ready.
What do you mean? I thought you were some tech bro, Jimmy. I those you're just like, dude, I'm just making.
I know
games.
tech bro. I know tech bros, but those tech bros,
those tech bros get to go to Japan.
They ain't fucking support. Well, actually, you know, some of them. But no, man, I'm a fucking pleb and a schlub. I work at the porn factory and I censor the porn. So it's more about the experience than the paycheck.
You
It's
just
more,
censored
it's
the
more about
program.
practicing camera tracking and getting those
Yeah.
reps for your own editing. I get it.
Dude,
I get it.
like,
well, it sucks
The
'cause I
tools,
can't even
in,
use
the
it my own
tools in
head.
Adobe are putting all those porn guys out of work because like the
Well,
auto
exactly.
tracking and that
That's
shit
why
is so
people get
good.
fucking pay cut. I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to bring up my trials and tribulations while Ian is
What-
playing basically porn the video game.
What is going
but,
on with this man's
Also,
chest?
A Squared
Yeah.
Game Reviews. Have a good night.
Oh, catch you later,
Keep
Andrew.
going
Thanks for dropping by, man.
thanks for that super chat.
Yeah,
right,
dude, we
earlier.
appreciate
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
very
appreciate the
kind,
donation.
very kind.
Always generosity, man. That's what I look for in
A
a
level
girl.
timer countdown.
Generosity. I'm not saying girl.
So these guys that are attacking him, are they more Vega from Street Fighter or Wolverine?
Blanca.
I'm going with Blanc. Actually, yeah.
They're
the hair,
like, they're like
Are
a
they
mix
Blanca or
of
Vega?
like a mix of Blanca and Vega, I'd say.
yeah.
It reminds me of my old buddy Benevolent Dick's got a video. Wanna be Blancas. Good
This is
shit.
my mom, am I right, guys?
Oh, didn't you?
Your mom would come at you with a blade in the middle of the night, bent over, going, "Ha!"
She is Puerto Rican.
Rican.
Oh god! So she has the flip flops. Like, oh god, no!
That's not a joke. Like that's a real thing that happens in Puerto Rico, man. I've had flip flops thrown at me. Actually,
It's
just
nightmares
shoes in
with it.
general. Just footwear. It's thrown at you.
Yes, yes.
How was your mom, by the way? Because didn't you say your parents got struck by the COVIDs?
Yeah, they both got COVID.
They recovered, and there's no like after effects or anything. So
My dad had very mild symptoms, and he recovered really quickly. And then he proceeded to infect my mother.
Oh.
You
by
know,
having you as a child.
shortly. That's actually
I'm
pretty
sorry.
clever. Pretty clever, actually.
Actually, thinking
No,
back,
but, yeah, I mean, she's recovered. She had like a harder go at it. But
She's okay.
yeah, but she says like, I last talked to her about it like about a week ago, and she said she still hasn't had like her sense of taste and smell come back all the way, and it's been like 2 months at this point, I think, or pretty close.
Yeah, some people get hit a lot harder than others. I want to say that I probably had it, and like my nose just ran for like 3 weeks.
I feel like if you're in the States, just with the amount of people who have been tested and shown as positive, it's like, how can you not get it? You know?
I don't know what
here
the
in this country,
percentages
like,
are.
it's like $350 to get tested, which is
I'll
bullshit.
just say this. I was well, I mean, not everybody has to pay that, but it depends on the state
Here
you're
in
in.
Japan, yeah.
Oh wow, jeez.
That's why there's so low numbers here.
I basically like I was doing demos at CES at the beginning of this year, and like everybody's hand, you know, just shake it and whatever. And like two of my team members were just like they were just laid out for like 3 or 4 days, and they were young guys, and then they're just like, well, I mean, it took me a while to recover, but at least I could come back from it. And then like I was like, dang, like what's everybody coming down with? And then I came home, and then I was just like, I was laid out for a weekend. Like I was just like, I fell asleep on Friday night, and then it was like Sunday afternoon. I was like, what the fuck happened? And I just had like this fever and like this all this other stuff. So it's just like I probably had it too, but like that's the thing. It was before we were even testing for it, because it was like the end of January.
Jesus. Well, I mean, if you had it, I mean, you're still doing well now. So.
Well, here's the thing. You can
I
still
feel
get
like I've had it
reinfected
too,
from it.
too.
So like wear your mask, everybody. It's like fucking like right now, everybody, like no joke, wear your mask. If you go outside, wear your mask.
Okay.
Yeah, not during this, unless you're outside during the stream.
I think if you're like in a enclosed place in public with a lot of people, yeah, definitely. It's not a magical thing. It's not gonna prevent. That's one thing that I hate about like the mask thing is like there's people who are like this doesn't help at all, which I'm sure it fucking has to help a little
No,
bit. Right?
well,
but there's also like the people who are like it's like magic. I can just wear a mask and do whatever the fuck I want. And just hang out
no, yeah, exactly.
with
So
people.
you
No,
still gotta be
still
like,
gotta
smart.
be yeah. It's not an end all be all fucking solution, but yeah, I don't think it hurts at all to use your mask.
It's the difference between if you've got it, infecting people 6 feet away from you to 2 feet, and you don't stand that close to people, but you do stand 6 feet away from people. So that's the difference. That's why it makes such a big deal.
Social distance. Well, you know what? Here's the thing.
Science, bro.
You guys came to Japan though. There's
Yeah,
no
you
way.
can't even stay that close.
No,
well, I don't
there's no
know.
way you're gonna be 6 feet away from me,
Well,
because I'm gonna be all up on that.
Whoa, whoa.
Just saying. I'm
No,
saying
but-
this as a consensual.
Actually, that's actually a good question. In Japan, like, are a lot of people working from home? Because like here in the Bay, we all transitioned and we're all like, yeah, whatever. We're all gonna work from home
No,
until like
I
next year.
think maybe before you joined this chat, I was like somebody may have brought it up or something, but it's like yeah, like a week off, well, not a week off, but like a week of like stay at home and work remotely. But my work just had a corona scare, so on Monday and maybe the whole next week, I'm gonna be working at work, but remotely. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it later. But yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty
oh yeah, the
stupid.
Creative Cloud works at home just fine. Hold that jump button, Ian. What are you doing?
Oh my god! But yeah, it's unfortunate. But yeah, I'm very lucky that I have not been really affected, except for the shipping thing. I've not had like any sort of real bad like oh, this thing has like really changed the way I operate. You know, I just can't go on.
Oh, everybody's life here in the Bay changed because it's just like instead of going into work and like being in traffic for 2 hours, now you just I'm gonna work from home, and now you just work longer.
Oh, it's like
and people are getting burned out
it's almost
faster.
like, at least for like employers, it might be like a blessing in disguise because like a lot of people are maybe more productive at home, not having to deal with traffic.
Yes
and
and no.
But of course, people are always gonna fuck around. It's like, you know what? Let me go check out
people
that
fuck around at work though.
And OnlyFans shit while I'm at work.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. And there's science to back this up. And when we were doing human interact stuff, I would like tell people it's like don't do more than 6.5 hours of work a day. And the reason for that is that one, you can't actually do more than that much work, and two, when you feel like, oh, I've only got 6.5 hours to do it, you actually like focus and like turn off the Netflix.
Yeah.
You stop because you don't feel like, oh man, I gotta get my playtime in. You know.
Yeah. You're not at a place where you're like, oh, the fuck, hate being here.
Yeah, and hours are actually kind of dumb.
I'm gonna refill my drink. I'll be right back.
All right, my brother.
Did we lose Yahel? Is you still in the chat?
You're doing well. No, Yahel's just, I think.
Yeah, this game looks.
Oh,
like it's
sorry. I started.
You started editing.
My phone. Yeah, I started editing.
I'll be right back.
let me put it in the chat again here. This is Yahel's audition.
Oh, there's one thing you missed: ladder match, table match, or Judy Bagwell on a pole. Man, I thought the Judy Bagwell stuff was fun in WCW. I know people like to shit on it, but like I think people like to shit on it because it was like, it was one really like oddball, like quirky thing, but in the midst of like tons of other dumb shit. So it's kind of gets slumped with. I thought it was like fun. Who cares?
I just think of Judy Bagwell and I think of like why he doesn't wrestle anymore, because that old story about how like, oh my boy Jeff's sick, Mr. Jim Ross. I'm sorry, he's sick. He can't show up. All right, let's get that motherfucker off payroll.
Hey, Yahel, I'm looking at this video, this GoldenEye video. Man, I should not say this because it's gonna delay the video for like 3 weeks. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'll be the heel. But you should make a 3D mesh that you're projecting your body onto, and give it just a little bit of shape. And we did that in Starship Commander, and it made a huge difference in the way that the body looks. And even though like you're moving around and doing a bunch of stuff, it can be a static mesh. You don't even need to animate it. Just like make the head stick out a little bit, make the neck stick a little bit back, and then project it onto that. And like just like very subtle, like just a few centimeters of depth, and it makes a huge difference.
So I tried to like come up with a way to kind of mimic that. So here I'm using Cinema 4D Lite because that's what's included in like Adobe's Creative Cloud stuff, and I can't do that basically in Lite. So I try to like come up with some other ways to kind of like mimic it, and I just didn't, like everything looked really fucking weird because you're 100% right. And so I think the next step after this video is going to be either getting the full version of Cinema 4D or just biting the bullet and learning Blender.
Blender's actually not terrible anymore. Blender's actually pretty reasonable, and like our artists were like switching to Blender actually towards the end of our
I tried doing some stuff in Blender for this video, and actually because I had to like some models were like in FBX, and like Cinema 4D is like real weird about FBX, and Blender's a little bit better with it.
If you pay for Cinema 4D, it's not weird. And I actually used Cinema 4D for Starship Commander, the work that I did on the game. So
interesting. So yeah, I don't know, but I agree, dude. You're 100% right. But I can't do it in Cinema 4D Lite, and I'm kind of glad.
Yeah, because you're like, hey, I got limitations. Here's the thing, like once you start getting into 3D, like shit starts getting expensive, and if render times are killing you, you gotta fly over to Unreal Engine. These clips are short enough that render times probably aren't killing you.
Nah, they're fine.
Like maybe you probably have render times of like I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes or something for stuff like this.
It depends. That one actually, because it's a pretty large, because in that one, like the full, you don't see it obviously, but I didn't cull the rest of the level, which I probably should have, and I have like all these shadows from like different lighting sources going on, so it was. And in the Cinema 4D Lite, you have to use like the built-in CPU under renderer, only renderer. So
Why? I know they have like a really nice GPU renderer now, or maybe I'm thinking of the full version.
They do, but you have to get actually you have to get like the second level of the full version to get it.
Okay. Yeah.
Octane or it's not Octane, Redshift.
Yeah.
But
when I used it, it was just named by year. It was like Cinema 4D, like 2018 or whatever is what I was using.
Ian, you've been so quiet tonight. What's going on? Are you drunk? What's happening with you?
No, not really. Not too bad.
He is
Just focusing
You know what
on his Turbografx. I
gotta
What's
say
going on?
something
You
about
have
Ian
home
real
life?
quick.
I don't like that.
Is the other day I watched your first video, the Mystical Man video. You were such a handsome young lad with your little communist hat.
Oh, my little army hat. Yeah.
Your little communist hat.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, man. But you know what? You have aged extremely well in like 7 or 8 years, whatever it's been.
God, probably closer to 10 actually. I think that Mystical Man.
Has it really
was...
been 10 years since you've uploaded your video on your videos?
Well, not on YouTube because I originally put it up on Blip.
you were
I think
doing
back
that,
in either 2010 or 2011. So it's been like close to 9 years.
Like I said, man, that alternate reality where you're the PewDiePie.
The Blipstar. It was great because like my shit was getting featured on Screw Attack all the time. It was awesome. And if only I'd been smart.
You're the Keemstar of YouTube, the alternate reality.
Let's get into the news.
It brings me back to the times when I used to send emails anonymously. Why are you featuring such trash content like HistoricNerd and not Import Gaming for the win? I will not be visiting Screw Attack anymore. Yeah.
Guy said, "Good day, sir."
Good day, sir. You lose.
I drink your milkshake. What was it?
Maybe like another hour or so.
What was it?
You're gonna be streaming for another hour or so, you think?
Probably till
Yeah, I
top
can
of the
go
hour
a
at
bit
least.
longer. Yeah.
I can't hear anything said. Oh my goodness.
I've got to get my ass kicked by Bone. Oh Jesus.
He's too in the game. You got you literally got your ass kicked.
Yeah,
by
dude,
fucking...
the bone feats, yeah. Dude, the bone feats. I got some bone feats.
Just kicking my ass through a
Ian's
wall
like,
right
I don't know
there.
if I have enough TG games for another hour.
I got. We can go back to Military Madness. I can
They'll
play
pull
that
off
one.
the car PG
Go back to
again.
Bonk.
Everything will be good.
At least like people know Bonk.
No, yeah, come back to Bonk. Yeah.
You know, there's people probably that weren't here at the beginning of the stream, so.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like every time we stream, there's always like, so many people chatting, but then there's a bunch of people just like jumping in there, and it's just like, we always say our names multiple times, and the funny thing is that like, the people who are there all the time aren't just like, yeah, shut up, we already know who you are. Like they understand. It's just like, oh yeah, there's new people that are coming in all the time, and so like I think like at the top of every hour, we're just like, hey, here's who we are, here's what we do, and what's up?
Oh, sorry, I was reading Jonathan G. So Ian has mastered the art of maintaining his body alcohol content at a steady 0.10.
Well, that's what happens when you have a nice body mass index and nice muscle mass.
I'm a man of mass, as you would say.
Yeah. The problem is if you have low body fat, you just take a drink and you're just like, fuck.
So listen to Alex. He's like, oh, the problem is if you're in real good shape like me.
Hey, I didn't say I was in really good shape, dude.
I'm just fucking around. Dude,
but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
This is pretty creative, though, man. Like, how there's like a full-size dinosaur type length or dragon length, like enemy.
This should have been the pack
pretty creative
right here. It should have been called dinosaur type.
Yeah, this is pretty creative.
Dino type. D type.
Type.
Oh, D type. D type.
Sauce. So I hope you stream a little longer.
Are you hanging around? Or are you?
Yeah, I'll hang out till top of the hour, 40 minutes at least. You know, getting pretty drunk.
I didn't realize it was already 1 a.m. I was like, shit.
It's not. Well, it's 12:20.
That's the thing.
Oh, for you.
It's a holiday weekend. Fucking have a good time, guys.
I can tell you've got most of your Starship Commander work done.
Yeah, I have, dude. Dude, I've been hustling hard for like the last 8 months on this thing, and I'm just like, hey, I might actually like be able to play a game.
When's Amiga Bill
Not on
gonna
stream
do
next
week? When's he doing his stream?
Who? Amiga Bill?
Yeah, whoever I sent the VR headset. Isn't that who I sent?
Yeah, so Amiga Bill is hopefully doing his stream on Sunday the 13th.
Okay.
We're gonna be doing our stream here today, because it is Saturday now in the Pacific Coast at 5 p.m. today. So we're gonna play Walking Dead by Telltale, because we mention it like in the game's description. It's like we have to play it because I mean it's a huge inspiration for what we're doing.
It's probably a good game to stream too. Is this a purse? Wait,
Yeah,
he's carrying it
it's
when he's just
my
walking?
Merce. It's very sensual type thing here.
Yeah, these
maybe
little
a very
ooze
big
things
butt
here. There's all these 12-year-olds around that they don't know how to clean up after themselves. Fuck.
Oh,
If a
blue.
12-year-old is making that, it is like
Is that like snot? I don't know, man.
Yeah, it is weird. You're right, Alex. The jiggling's uncomfortable. It's like a weird Jello.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, like,
hybrid.
just fucking clean up your shit. All right, I just turned on my 2080 over here. I gotta
So,
sell it.
Ian, do you have a favorite Turbografx game?
To my personal collection.
Devil's Crush.
Well, it's out of my personal collection of the stuff I've played. I have to say, Blazing Lasers is one of my favorites so far.
Someone's gonna freak out. It's like, fuck yeah, Devil's Crush. Devil's Crush is such a good game.
Oh shit, a battle axe.
Seven Beatles of Doom says, will you stream the Virtual Boy VR emulator? Yeah, I've been wanting to do that for a while, but like the thing is, I plan a lot of stuff out like a few months in advance, and it's just like, oh my god, all the videos are gonna just be done for Starship, and that was like about a month and a half ago, and I was just like, all right, and then just like every weekend, and everything got planned up to this point, and so like I know I make it seem like, oh yeah, I'm just like living vicariously and all this shit's happening. It's like, no man, like a lot of effort and time goes into this, and all it gives you is just like a chance at the end of the day. It's like, well, maybe I have a chance that I'll be able to like sell enough to make this not feel like, oh man, I spent a lot of money and didn't get it back.
Well, I hope it does well, man. Like I've been trying to share like the stuff like as quickly as possible, engage with the videos and that kind of stuff.
No, I get it, and you guys have been great. And
Oh god, the metal ball was a boss. I didn't realize that.
oh god, the metal ball.
I didn't realize it was a boss.
Wait, what?
It's like Marvel Madness. It's just like, now I'm fucking
Yeah,
pissed.
the ball attached to the guy was the boss. I was like, oh, I won. Oh wait, oh god.
Would I
You think this
create
guy would
the
like get some
tiger-
armor?
Yeah. No, I want to feel the kill.
Nah, we're not. I want to just run around in my underwear.
Seven Beatles of Doom is asking me if I would create the Tiger R-Zone emulator. No, I would not unleash that pain among people. Only good things out of human interaction.
Remember,
Only
you
feel
have
good
to
things.
you have to tape a piece of acrylic glass to the front of your visor so you can project your red lines onto it. So just sit in
you know what? When all
sit in
these
a
AR
dark room by yourself.
So here's the thing: if the Microsoft HoloLens didn't cost so much damn money, I think that would be viable and pretty easy to put together at this point.
How much is that thing? Like $5 grand or something?
It's like $3 grand.
That's stupid.
Yeah, and the thing is that it probably, well, I shouldn't say anything.
Actually, Alex, you know what's even dumber than that? So $3 grand. I agree. That's stupid. You want to know how much the perpetual version of Cinema 4D is?
Oh god.
$3,495.
That sounds very cheap, sir, considering how much money you will make off of doing Cinema 4D.
But it's perpetual in the sense that like you get that version through its updates and that's it.
Yeah, but you can run that fucking thing into the ground. Like, do you know how many features Cinema 4D has? Like, Cinema 4D does everything. Cinema 4D is great, except for the controls. The controls are absolutely fucking terrible at it.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
None of us knew what we were doing when we started. You just fucking do it, and then you're just like, I still don't know what I'm doing. Like, that's the thing. It's like, hey, I'm Emmy Award-winning Alexander Mejia, and someone's like, can you put like a fucking like horse's head on me? And I'm just like, why, yes. And then I walk home and I go to my team like, how the fuck are we gonna do this?
Honestly, half the stuff I know is from like Ian doing something in one of his videos and me going, how did you do that?
That's what you got friends for, man. Game over. Jeez.
There we go.
What happened?
Because at least like we both do like similar like, you know, like stuff, right? So stop videos, so it's like, all right, how'd you do that?
I keep telling you guys, like, make PBR materials and then don't render them in Cinema 4D. Cinema 4D, just make the meshes, make sure that you've got the right PBR materials for it, and then just put everything in Unreal Engine. You guys will just like shit yourself. Like, spend the weekend in the trough of disillusionment, and where you're just like, fuck, this is hard. Fuck, what am I doing? What's going on? And then when you get through it, you're gonna be like, oh my god, we should have done this like years ago. It's free. It's free. It's ray tracing. It's free ray tracing.
Actually, you know what's really weird? You can do ray tracing in Cinema 4D Lite.
I know.
Like,
they had to because the Unreal Engine could do it.
That's so weird. But anyways, let me catch up with a little bit of the chat here. I feel bad. We've been ignoring the chat.
Oh yeah, yes. Sorry, I find platformers I can't really focus on both. Hey, Lost Gemini, how you doing? Haven't seen you forever.
Ian, I still feel like you've been so quiet. Is something wrong? Is your CDI that a capacitor leaked?
Yeah, it's just so enthralling. I'm just feeling lost in this 16-bit world that NEC provided North America that we rejected. So
yeah,
dude, I honestly, this game, I'm not the biggest platformer fan either, or well, much like you, Ian, I'm just not that great. I don't know, man. This seems pretty creative, especially for the time.
Yeah, no, Bonk is pretty fun. Like, I think it's a kind of an original, fun concept. Has a neat attack to it. I think a lot of stuff about it's pretty good. I think it's a shame it came out so late and they didn't adopt it as the pack-in as quickly as possible. Because I really think this could have given the Turbografx some type of edge.
And I know that I said earlier, like, oh well, I can't even remember if I played Bonk or not, like on my friend's TG16 growing up. But I do remember like not even like thinking like, oh, I need to try this out, because I was like, I played Mario games, I played Sonic, like, how different can this be?
Yeah.
You know, kind of a thing. I was kind of like, eh.
This is like a game that I saw and I thought was like the pinnacle of video games. It's like, it's never gonna get better than this. My old cousin Mark, who died of cancer. This is when he got whatever he wanted pretty much, because it's like, you know, his time is limited. But he had the Turbografx16, and it was the first time I ever saw it. It must have been like 89 or 90, right? And yeah, I was like, holy shit, this is like a Saturday morning cartoon. And especially when you get that dinosaur and you go inside of his stomach. It's like,
yeah.
Whoa.
And especially when you're looking at this on a CRT TV, you know, where things are a little fuzzy.
Yeah, it just looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
The weird, like, you know, like the traveling almost infinitely through the air by like spinning around with your head.
Oh yeah, when you use the turbo thing, yeah.
Yeah, right. And then
fly
it's like
forever.
a very viable strategy, but hey, there's some weird stuff with it, but it's kind of got that charm. There you go. Look at that.
I remember thinking during the 16-bit era that like graphics could never get better or more realistic, because I was like, but this was my reason. I was like, well, you got your digitized stuff with like, you know, the Mortal Kombats of the world and those kind of games, and then you've got like your pre-rendered 3D stuff with Donkey Kong Country. I'm like, this is it. You don't need anything more. This is the last system I'm gonna have.
That's funny, you console kids being like, oh man. I guess I've heard other people say that too, where they were just like, oh man, it's never gonna get any better. And it's just like, on the PC, like every year, like shit was doubling, and you're just like, well, of course everything's gonna get better every year.
But those
just
jagged polygons of like early PC 3D gaming did not appeal to me.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, still, I looked at them too, and I was like,
What about you,
Come on,
Ian?
bro.
Quiet man.
No. This is your stream. Talk, goddammit, you bastard. No.
I feel bad. I feel like we're like.
No. I guess I enjoy listening, so that's my problem.
You can focus on the game, which is nice.
Yeah, that's also
Don't
kind of.
listen to your friends.
I don't know. I had a 486 and 386 and all that growing up, and I always felt like consoles and PCs were kind of like two different realms at that point in time. Just there was
they
a
always
different,
were.
there was just a different experience between the two. I never thought like, in terms of graphics, like no matter what, I'll have nostalgia goggles for what was provided. But like I remember looking at Wing Commander and seeing the DOS animations and the way people looked and go, that's pretty cool. And just
When they're running to like the thing in red when it's all red when they're running to like their combat stations or whatever.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. Like that whole sequence where they're just getting ready and getting in the ship.
I just remember thinking at one point, I'm like, I don't think it'll be too long until consoles catch up to this. It was like what I was thinking as a kid at the time when looking at those.
It wasn't actually that long because Wing Commander came out in like 1991, and then there was Super Wing Commander, and like most of it was in there.
Yeah, like you had the version that came out on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, the 3DO version's awesome. Dude, one of my fondest memories was about Wing Commander was, so when I first played it, my buddy had it for his 286, which I think was like the lowest thing you could run on. I think ideally you wanted to run at 3D. No, but it ran okay. It ran okay. It really did. No, it really did. But it came with
like a true console could be like, yeah, it ran okay, it ran like 5
no, it really
did.
It really did, but and he had like a sound blaster, so it sounded good. But anyways, it came with like this pamphlet for like the ship and like all the different ships and what they could do and blueprints. It came with like tons of. It was like classic like 90s like PC,
90s PC game
thing with like all this awesome extra stuff. Like before
John Rogers is
and he's
now.
also gonna watch Hell's videos, so
see you, man.
I feel conflicted about saying goodnight to him, but he's gonna have a bad night watching Hell's videos.
This probably means he's watching
John.
Absolute Street. I want to have another beer. And,
Yeah, do it.
Sure you will. Sure, have another beer, you hell.
I don't even know who that's supposed to be.
I don't know.
Mr.
Somebody.
Plinkett.
It's Mr. Plinkett. That's not. It's kind of a. It's a bad Plinkett. I go on, have another beer.
What disappointing beer since my son.
Since my son.
That's why I have daughters. I can't be disappointed in sons. What was that?
Look at that. What is it with Rick's? Rick Berman and whatever the other Rick was.
Oh.
It's the Star Trek reviews.
Oh,
Look how
yeah.
fucking cool that dinosaur looks. Oh, that's so awesome.
I remember playing this in the store with that big old dinosaur. I was like, holy shit, that looks really good.
No, that's the thing that always sticks out in my memories is like seeing that dinosaur and like him sucking you in, like the tongue out. I was like it. Like honestly, don't get no better than this, boys.
Yeah. That's the thing, like, what's more important is not necessarily the technology or anything you're doing with the game, but like just feeling like, all right, I'm doing this thing. And as long as it's something that's new or does something that doesn't feel like it's been done before,
Yeah.
like you did it. Congratulations, like you won at Game Dev.
Yeah, it's like I don't think do people even give a fuck about the graphics anymore?
Oh my goodness, that's all
they?
they care about. Yeah.
Really? Because I'm at this point in my life where like I'm not impressed by graphics anymore. You know what I mean?
I can
Like,
understand that, but I
think
will
360
say that
era of graphics to me is like, if that's as good as it gets, I'm fine.
No, it's funny, like going from the 360 to
was
the
the
Xbox
same.
One, I thoroughly was not impressed with the graphics, like the graphic leap. I was like, I feel like this
It-
console
it
generation is too
runs
soon.
better.
Yeah, I
So
mean, things.
what you're describing, Ian, is the fact that like a 5 times increase in graphics power does not yield a 5 times increase in value to the customer.
Yeah.
It's not like.
Oh,
the
that's
old
why.
days
That's how I always
where-
thought the. I literally thought like the Xbox One and that whole console generation came too soon. I'm like, yeah, I should have waited like another 3 years. People were fine dealing with the dealing with 360 for a while.
So one of the things that happened was like, they were asking developers like, hey, what do you think we should do? And my opinion actually was, don't make the graphics any better. don't like just add more RAM so it's easier for us to do what we're doing, like same graphic fidelity, but make it mobile, like make it a tablet and put some controllers on it, and then like, you know, they're like, no, fuck that, we're gonna make another 400-watt box that sits under the desk and make everybody, you know, double their budgets and you know, add another year to development time, and it killed a lot of studios when they did that. And then Nintendo comes out with the Switch, and they're just releasing games from like, from like 8 years ago, and it's just like, fuck, why did they keep it on the table? Because like, the thing is that graphics finally did get good enough for most people.
Yeah, I mean,
by the time the 360 rolled around.
Sad is, I picked up Halo Anniversary the other day for $10, and I was playing through that with the new paint. This is literally just a paint job, right? And I was just thinking, like, you know what? I'm completely happy with this. Even like the old Xbox graphics, I'm so happy with. But like, I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, if this ran a little bit smoother, it would be great. But that was what you could do on like an Xbox One, right? Is you could have this, but run like super smooth. But even then, I was just like, I don't really need anything else.
But that's like a PC at that point, where it's just like, here's the thing: if you were when you ran those games that were designed for the Xbox 360 or 7th gen consoles, but you ran them on the PC at higher resolutions and higher frame rates, it was just like,
it was just like,
enough.
oh, yeah.
You're like, yeah, this is good enough.
Yeah. Well, my PC now, even though my PC is like 7 years old, my laptop, it could still like, you know, run like really good for the benchmarks and everything, like modern games at the time. It's like, okay, like I'm sure it still runs. I have an i7, you know. I would like an i9, right? But hey, you know, like I bought a pretty decent computer at the time, and it works and it's still valuable. But yeah, even like the games this PC, this laptop could run. It's like, I'm still like, oh, it looks fucking impressive. I don't play games on my computer, and that's why it still is running fine.
Yeah.
You know.
The thing is that like now these PC games have to scale down to Xbox 360 like graphics anyway. So in a lot of ways, unless they are console exclusive, they still are limited. And like,
that's why we can't get a real port of Thunder in Paradise.
We'll be right back. Enjoy this little graphic with spin glass.
We will, Ian.
I got
What is this about CDI propaganda? Oh God, what a tired old meme this Yahel fella is.
I've barely brought up the CDI tonight, sir.
Bullshit though.
But that's how you know, like, I've succeeded though.
Because
Jimmy,
everybody else does it. Yeah, it's just like, what's your opinion?
This is like the
CDI,
Joker
man?
succeeding in the Dark Knight.
Like some of the Discord servers I'm in, like, they'll just like, anytime somebody brings up any CDI, like, I get tagged like, hey, did you know about this? There's things going on about the CDI now that like I don't even know. Like, the community is thriving.
That's like somebody saying, like, tagging me for like, oh, did you hear about this latest like fucking colon cancer thing, bro? Like, no.
I mean, if you're a colon cancer cell or whatever, you're
Colon
like,
cancel
great,
culture.
everything's going fine.
I'm gonna cancel your colon. You come over here to Japan for Jimmy Con with Alex. What?
But
Don't let Lainey know.
anyways, CDI.
Don't come with Lainey, by the way. I love Lainey. She's a sweet gal and everything, but she's gonna ruin our plans. Just letting you know. Last time we talked, I was like, Lainey, we'll let Ian, we'll let Yahel go over and run around and ask about CDI, and we'll have a good time on our own. But honestly, let's keep this between you, me, and like the 20 people watching. Lainey's gonna ruin your Japan trip. Just make sure you leave her at home.
Dang, dude, you're cold.
It sounds like she's
her
going
YouTube Nails channel.
You know what would be hilarious is like if she's having trouble like sleeping right now, she's just like watching the stream.
Like that fucking Jimmy guy.
What are you doing, Yahel? You're supposed to fucking knock her out before she goes to bed. Some of those fucking sleeping pills. Oh fuck! I'm embarrassed now.
I made a joke about that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna crush some pills. Anyways, hey, this is gonna be evidence. I mean, what? That sounds really guilty. Not that it's gonna be evidence. Anyways, let me read some of these comments. Viscosity, opacity. That is definitely a glass of blood. No, that's not helping.
Yep. You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Ian may not be back. He might have had to like.
Yeah, Ian's just like calling the cops on you guys now. It's great.
What I missed now?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Hey! Welcome back.
What'd you say about him
I was
having
about to run my own stream and just be like, I can't believe Ian abandoned you guys.
Tyler? Good night. Don't crush
Put
some
them on
pills,
him.
though, bro.
Tyler Bowling, my boy. See ya.
Have a good night. Yeah. Unless these pills make you not like the CDI, then I would not recommend crushing pills. But hey, do you, man?
Do you guys feel like Bonk's little life meter or points on the lower right-hand corner should be like further down?
Yeah.
Sir, there is something called NTSC Safe Zone I will tell you about for the next hour.
No, it's okay.
And with that, good night, everybody.
You know what? Real quick, Alex, because Alex can get very preachy about like technical stuff. I gotta ask you this: is my streaming solution as simple as getting a headset that was designed for Nintendo Switch, where I can get my TV audio and plug it into the mixer on the Switch headset, and also have my Skype? Plug that shit to my computer where I can have a recording.
This is a legit hour discussion. You should probably have
No,
Let's probably save that for
This is
offline.
super easy. This is super easy, and this is how I was actually about ready to stream something on Nintendo Switch, and then something else came up. All modern consoles have USB ports on them, and all modern consoles support USB headphones because they sell them as like gamer headphones, and they basically are like, if something is core audio on the Mac or like doesn't need a driver in Windows, you can plug up those devices and get audio output out of game consoles. So like when I stream PS4 or I stream Nintendo Switch, I use a USB to XLR output, and then I run that into my mixer. So like when I stream from my PC, that's what I use, and then I plug it up to my Switch, I plug it up to my PS4.
Yeah.
It just works. It's just audio.
You're using a mixer with XLR inputs, right?
I am an old man. I don't
Just kidding. I'm not.
recent consoles. You know.
So yeah.
I'm just thinking like an analog audio signal from my TV.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, if it's analog, then like just plug it into a mixer. You're good.
Well, I don't have a mixer, and also
Just plug it into your computer. You'll be fine. You're talking about using like a.
You can run
Like
it
a
into a
straight
line
line.
in. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I just need I need to listen to like Skype, and also TV audio. So I think like a Switch with the mixer built into the
You
the
need
setup.
headphones and a mixer, dude. Just do it.
Well, I want to get a mixer.
Spend
but
the $100
I don't know if
bucks.
it's gonna work.
You
Well,
can-
I was
you
gonna work.
could just get a
Get a
splitter.
Yamaha mixer.
Yeah, you could just get.
No,
like, a
here's the
splitter.
thing. You guys have like your American prices, which God bless you. You guys have such cheap shit.
Yeah, we
Japan
do.
prices is like sometimes double.
No, like
Or
a
strip.
splitter, like the thing where you plug two,
The audio
3.5
splitter,
millimeter.
I don't think it works. And also, like I've been trying to look for like a.
It's
low
literally
audio
how
stuff.
Laney and I both like can like be on the stream.
yeah,
as-
but what he's talking about
I
is
don't-
doing a ground loop isolation could be a problem, because if the devices you're plugging into are grounded in separate outlets,
This
you'll
is
hear
just
a buzz
like
or
when
hum.
I stream the CDI.
It's,
And I wanna
You know, the
Perfect.
CDI is a blessing because it has a headphone jack
Because
right
it's got
there.
it's got a ground loop isolator built
Yeah,
into it.
it's got a headphone jack right in the front. It even has a volume knob right there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you have a TV, you plug it into your TV, and your TV has.
Yon
if I
Timber
heard,
be
if- maybe I
praised.
didn't understand Jimmy right. But his TV has like an out that can be 3.5 millimeter, right?
Yep.
Like headphone jack. All right. So put that into a splitter, and wait, where am I going with this?
Yeah, where are you going, man?
What the? I'm sorry.
Oh, wait. This is how I do my CDI thing. Shit. Where am I going with this?
For this stream.
Oh yeah. So when you connect the doesn't your capture card have like a 3.5 millimeter input?
My capture card? No.
Oh well.
You're dying in.
It
Oh,
is.
You
Oh,
don't have the
oh,
exact
crap, sorry.
same
It's
setup.
talking,
I
I'm
do.
talking to my
Yes.
wife.
Too
Sorry.
bad. He's looking at like Miley Cyrus, like
Yeah,
lyrics.
yeah. My wife texted me some because she's like, "Ooh, I found these for you."
Oh.
Yeah.
God, she wasn't saying like, "Get the fuck to bed." you
Yeah, it's like,
asshole."
oh, I found this
I
for you,
know.
and it's a knife.
She's
and
like,
you're just
"Don't
oh,
come
shit,
up.
Stream's
Don't
over.
come up."
I will tell you, like, Ian, your wife is a keeper. I mean, you already know that, but I'm gonna put this out here too because, like, you're out here doing this, and thank you for coming on my stream so much.
Oh, yeah.
You're always a delight to have on my streams as well. But even on your own streams, your wife is understanding. that you have your male needs, and it's very simple. It's like, I just want to be in my garage streaming, and you're not doing anything nefarious. You're not one of these fucking dude bro meathead fucks who's like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna fucking like, you know, Gina Lee and twins and all that shit. No, you are
Gina Lee.
It's a fucking old song, right?
Like, oh, I thought it was like Tom Lee's like sisters. I mean,
No, man. Oh, fucking banging Thunder in Paradise and Baywatch edition. No,
I'm not banging
but, like,
Sam
your wife
Anderson.
is like super cool about this, that you're here. I know some guys who are big YouTube fucks, right? And their wives are like, get your ass to bed right now. And it's like 9:30 p.m. So like, God bless you, Ian. Like, you went to Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and your wife got into a car wreck.
Oh yeah.
And your response obviously is like, okay, you're fine. Don't worry about the car damage. I just want to make sure you and the girl are fine. But also, next time I'm going to Portland, you're not coming with me. So, Ian is the fucking winner here. Just wanted to put that out there.
No, Ian's wife is very cool. I agree.
Yeah, very, very sweet.
I
lady.
never met her. I didn't even know. I just know that the accent. I was like, dude, that sounds really bad.
Ian, did you know that your wife's name is Lainey's middle name?
Really?
I think you guys actually brought that up once, but I don't know.
We were probably drunk, just like now.
Probably drunk.
Yeah.
Stonewash jeans. Okay. Word to your mother. Jonathan G. You're getting too nice.
Yeah, Janelle is very understanding. But you know what, like, the way, like, when I told Lainey to, like, about streaming is, and she didn't necessarily, like, understand it at first, I think, because she had just, like, never been with somebody that, like, didn't have friends. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm just hanging out with my friends, but I'm doing it at home. I'm not out at a bar. Like, I'm not out away from home doing anything weird or whatever.
Yeah, but it's not weird now in COVID because it's like, fuck, man, you have like a
like-
cool bunch of people that hang out with you.
I think once she got to, like, well, obviously, like, her
Let me know when you find those
helped and, like,
Well, I think it also like. Oh, sorry. You keep going.
I was saying, like, her meeting you guys at PRG helped and, like, coming on streams and stuff, but, like, yeah, like, I guess I can see how, like, from the outside looking in, it can be kind of a weird thing, right? You're on the internet talking to a bunch of guys. What do you mean? A bunch of strangers?
Dude, we're playing fucking video games. That's why.
Yeah, well,
That we never-
with Lainey, like, I think that me and Lainey had a good bonding moment. Me, her, and like my friend Mike.
Oh wow!
and
So you managed to not
Because
say
we were the
Hitler
only
for
ones who weren't
more
trying
than
to
5
suck
minutes.
YouTuber dick. No, we weren't trying to suck YouTuber dick like the hell was at the moment. Trying to make connections. We were just like normal, rational, good people. So I think that helped out a lot. I don't know. Maybe Lainey would feel differently, but she's been corrupted long enough by your hell. No,
I'll
but
tell you
it
how I
was
feel
weird.
about it after MVG tells me.
What?
I'll tell you how I feel about that after MVG tells me how I feel.
Oh, sure, exactly. So you don't deny it. So you...
I'll
no,
let
but
you
like,
know if I
no, but
deny it.
even for guys that I know who like, it's like that's like their main bread and butter, is the YouTube thing. Their wives are like, fucking, or their girlfriends or whoever, they can be very extreme. Like
Really?
no,
Even
this is
for the ones that
important.
do it full time, like, 'cause
Yeah.
that's their job. You know?
Or I've tried at least. It blows my mind. It's like, this is kind of like work, you know? Hanging
It
out
is
with
work.
fucking
It is
neckbeard
work.
hipsters like me. No, but like even then, it's like streaming and all that stuff. So it's like a little weird. But yeah, obviously Lainey, I think you won big. Yeah, hell, don't fuck things up. Just tell her the CDI thing is a big joke too. It's like this, like. So I'm gonna ruin your YouTube plans, but like the CDI thing, I don't actually give a shit about this. I'm full Sega Saturn all the way.
This is my gimmick. And
And
she's
Ian-
like, why didn't you pick something popular like Nintendo? Anything?
Like the Nintendo.
Wrestling with
Like the Nintendo,
yeah,
like the Wii
It's
U.
the
Would
best.
have been a
yeah, wrestling with like Wii U, wrestling with Tendy.
W in it.
Yeah.
Also, retro gaming stream on Twitch. Oh, Legend of Dragoon. Oh, I'm sorry to say this, Jonathan G, but not a big fan of that Legend of Dragoon wannabe Final Fantasy VII coattail riding piece of shit from Sony.
Oh.
Super Metroid though, awesome. Yeah. I don't know,
Introducing
Oh wait,
Oh,
sorry, wrong
shit.
button.
Doom is coming to video games. Wait, what?
that is what John Rogers is watching right now. No. I should give Legend of Dragoon another chance.
It makes me so sad that Absolute Rose Street isn't an actual TV show that Sega paid for. I wish
I
would
Yeah.
have watched that trash. I would have watched
Let me
it.
tell you what, like Ian, there's a lot of things I'm sure that Sega did that you are very sad about.
Oh
or
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the best part about like the early '90s was like, for whatever reason, TV producers and stuff were just like, what if like this dream I had, this fever dream I had, was like real and in a TV show? And it was like, yeah, fucking do it, man. The kids like want whatever.
Give those kids what they want.
Like the Super Mario Brothers movie feels like a fever dream. Like there's a lot of movies from 1990-ish to like '94. This is like, what the fuck is going? Who cares? I'm watching this.
You know, I'm sure kids now have like their own stuff that feels like that to them.
I'm trying to remember. There was this movie that I watched as a kid, and it was like they went under the ground, and there was like this weird art design, and it was like all dark and stuff, and then like there was like this weird stairwell they were trying to just get up, and it felt like a stage play kind of thing where
Sounds like every other '80s like kids movie. I don't
like
know.
late '80s, early '90s.
Oh,
maybe.
what's that movie
It's like-
called? It has the
Sounds
what-
like Labyrinth.
what's his name? Fred Savage from The Wonder Years.
Little monsters.
Is it Little Monsters? The one with like the monster that run under the bed that we're talking about?
Let me
Yeah.
let me take a look. It might be
Little Monsters with
It was
Howie
live action.
Mandel.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
1989. That sounds about right.
I want to just put this out here real quick. I used to talk to Matt Ezero, the LJN Defender, a lot. I feel bad about saying this now, but I used to say, like, you remind me of the little main bad guy in Little Monsters. The creepy guy who had, like, the mask of a fucking, like, pedophile
Oh,
child
yeah,
on his
that guy.
face. Yeah, and, like, he's like, I want you to be my playmate forever. I love Matt.
What a great friend you are, Jimmy.
I'm a terrible. Here's the thing. I am persona non grata in several circles in the quote unquote retro gaming community for a reason. When will
Doesn't
you
he
realize?
have like a new
the hell-
channel now?
Yeah, he
Yes.
he abandoned the LGN Defender one.
Like, I
Yeah.
can't believe he didn't just rename.
Well, I guess he got a lot of.
All right, guys, you're right. It was Little
No,
Monsters.
okay.
That fucking
Ah.
movie was like crazy.
Yep.
You called it. I just
Bam.
watched the trailers for it. It
Bam.
was like, oh my god, Fred
It's actually
Savage.
not as good as if you rewatch it. The whole because I remember by.
Oh well, yeah, of course not. None of these movies are good. But like when you
Like,
watch it, you're just like, what
Monster
the
Squad
hell is
was
going
weird.
on?
Rough. I'll tell you
Movie
that. Like, I don't know if you
food,
watched
sir.
Monster Squad in the last few years, but that was bad. Oh man, game over.
When you said
I'm
kids,
game over, man.
when you said
Game
Kids
over.
Underground in the '80s, I thought there was only two movies in my mind two movies that came to mind. One was The Gate, and then that one. And I
Little
was
Monsters, yeah.
I don't think I'm like The Gate was a little weirder because that one only had like one scene underground, and that was a kid being attacked by little minion things.
All right, guys, I gotta run here because I'm tired and I have a stream to put on tomorrow, and I have to figure out whether or not I need to buy this game or if I can get it to run on my Xbox 360.
You should get that weird ape game called Mankind Ancestors or whatever it is.
I have no idea what that is. I will look it up.
It's I think it's only $20 on Steam, and it's real odd.
Well, I'm just being like, am I gonna spend $15 on a game that I'm gonna play once on PC? Because like, if I want to play this game, I just play it on Xbox again.
I've
'cause I
spent
have it.
$60 on a game I've only played once, not on stream, but only played once, and then be like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. Did you spend it again on a game you already own just to make streaming easier?
No,
Just saying.
I've never done that. I bust out original hardware.
That's what I might do. I might just bust out a but I don't know. It doesn't feel special busting out a 360 to capture and play on that. You know what I mean?
It's just like, is this retro yet? Fuck, it's been 15 years since you came out.
It technically is retro, but like most people are like, no, it's not.
You're like, it's still supported,
At least
damn
my
it.
audience doesn't think it's retro. You know, here's the thing with the Xbox. You can apparently on the new Xbox, you'll be able to put in You'll be able to put in like Halo 1 and fucking Jump Duck, Twisted System on Fusion Frenzy.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And it's just like, yeah, like you're just fucking playing that next to, you know, Halo Infinite or whatever when it comes out. What a wild world. They just need to just ship emulators
You
on
want
the
to know?
Xbox.
You want to know who did
Series
reverse
X.
compatibility
Yeah.
and took it seriously? Sega. They did it first, man. Actually,
Yeah,
technically
but,
Atari
you know,
did it first.
Xbox
Actually, but yeah.
takes it seriously too because there's a lot of games you're gonna be able to play on that, and then
what, Master System and Mark III, but they had the color palette was all out of whack.
You take that back.
I will not take it back because I have a Mark III modified for RGB, and unfortunately, those SG-1000 games they have fucking whack color palette.
oh no,
It ruined my life.
emulate, just emulate, dude, just emulate.
How much are SG-1000 in
I'm not
Japan?
gonna, SG-1000. You know, I gave my SG-1000 to Genobi as a thanks for letting me stay at his house rental or whatever. That cost me about $100, and that's about how much SG-1002 costs. What's crazy is I am kicking myself in the nutsack for not buying myself a SG-1001, which at that time you can get them for like maybe 120, complete in box, obviously, because I'm a snob. Now they're like $300, $400 complete in box.
Which how much for just a loose one with
like
cords?
1.5 years. There are certain things in this gaming, retro gaming collector scene that in the last like 1.5 years, everything that
It's gotta be rare. It's gonna be rare.
It's kind of rare, but like I don't know, like getting one in decent shape too. But like there's like just some things have gone up so much in like the past. Some things have stayed the same for like 20
Well,
years.
it's all that COVID pricing now that people are like, well, fuck, what else am I gonna do at home?
You know what? My theory is that the amount of fucking proxy sites that lets you bid on like Yahoo auctions and Mercari and all this stuff, I think that's really driven up the prices in Japanese retro games in the past few years.
Well,
because
it's a seller's market now, right? If you got it, sell it.
It is, yeah. No. It's like I'll be bidding something on Yahoo and like be like, okay, yeah, this is a really good price and everything, and all of a sudden you get all these weird buyers with like weird fucking gobbledygook as names, and those are all like proxy bidders, and it's like, fuck, man, like, yeah, you know, if you could pay $500 for something here in Japan instead of like $800 when like the normal Japan pricing was like 150 before, then why the fuck would you do it? So I'm not like trying to like blame people for doing that, but still it's like, fuck, man, all the cheap games that I'm used to are gone, and it's a rich man's game, this retro gaming shit.
Well, that's
I'm
because
about to check
these
out,
guys
man.
are no longer kids; they're adults and
Yeah.
they got real jobs. And now it's just like, well, fuck, I want to play that game because I knew it was good.
Yeah, well, I don't know if people should be getting paid so much where they can just spend like thousands of dollars on fucking arcade ROMs every month. I know a guy who spends tons of money on arcade ROMs. I'm like, you're a hard worker, you're a good guy. There's no way you're making enough money to spend $10,000 just willy-nilly on fucking arcade ROMs.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Just saying. Yeah. Well, that's you. You don't be working, motherfucker.
I'm sorry, dude. I have to sign off, Jimmy. I'm so tired.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Well, actually, it's about 2 a.m. my time. I think we've been going on my stream. How long have I been going? Fuck.
3 hours ago.
My time. It's like about 4 hours.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and
Coward, signing off after 4 hours after. How dare you?
Yeah. Well, definitely want to thank everybody for dropping by. So I'm going to end it here with you guys. But I want to thank you guys for dropping by and hanging out as long as you have. If you aren't aware who's in the chat with me, you have Yahel from Wrestle with Gaming. Fantastic retro gaming historical content.
Just a great human being.
Just an all-around great guy, fellow CDI enthusiast. Then you also have Jimmy Hoppa, a staple of the retro gaming community for a long time. Then you have Alex Mejia, who has worked with Human Interact to create his game Starship Commander, which is launching on Steam on September 11th, correct?
September 10th.
September 10th, all right.
We pulled it in a day.
Yeah, you're
All right. All right, so look for Steam for Starship Commander. If you apparently, do you need VR still, or does it have a non-VR?
No, works non-VR.
Oh, no, it works non-VR.
And some people in the chat are going to be like, yeah, fuck, it works. It's good. Post the link in chat.
Yeah, Jonathan G played it.
Yeah, all right. But all right, guys, thank you guys for dropping by, and have a wonderful night, guys.
Fuck yeah.
All right. All right, bye, guys.
Cheers.
All right, and we gotta click extra buttons to end the stream now.